I mean, I don't know. Like I don't want to do like stuff that I've seen other people do.
Like a montage. Look at that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't want it to be. I don't know too many shows that just jump into stuff. Did something happen?
I just turned my light down. It's Johnny. It's the
No, is it? Are you guys seeing everything right now? Okay,
yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
I can see the new variant tangerine that you have in the background, Paige.
Oh, you can? Let me put that down.
Topless edition.
Let me put that down.
I wish this had more light to it. The Human Torch base.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish it could illuminate. You know, of course, I'm asking it to illuminate my Marvel Legend, but this guy's great.
Everybody's hyped about the movie.
I think it'll do better than the other superhero movie this summer.
Yeah. Yeah. I should plug in my phone really quick before I lose power. I don't know. Well, another week has passed. And we are here. How's everyone doing? Good?
Good.
It's been a week already?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm 3 behind photo-wise. Like weeks.
Slow week for news, too. It's like nothing happened.
Yeah, Diddy got acquitted.
Well, they said he's a flight risk, so that's why that makes me think that he's going to get some time out of this with sentencing. Sentencing's in October. So that's another, 4 months that he's 3 months?
And he didn't get bail, right?
Right. They denied the bond because they said he was a flight risk. So I think maybe he'll get how bad is prostitution? God, that's a bad question. What's the punishment for prostitution in years of prison?
10 years. Don't ask me how to know.
Let's rattle that off quick, Paige.
It's 10 years. It's 10 years for each count. So he's looking at possible 20 years?
And he's already got credit for one served almost already?
I don't know, but he has time served already. So they were talking about how he might just walk out of the courtroom, and then you told me, you updated me.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, denied bail, might do 10, but they might try to give him 20.
That's inside reporter from the courtroom, or juror number 7.
Well, yeah. I think he's probably breathing a sigh of relief just beating that RICO case.
Oh, man.
That's huge. That's life.
When do we get the videos?
I don't want to see those videos.
Paige, I've seen I have your OnlyFans login information. I know what kind of videos you watch.
Speaking about OnlyFans, that's the first story.
Oh, talking about Tom Brady and stealing my girl.
Does he have?
No, he stole Sydney from me. Fucking rolls in with his Super Bowl rings and.
Is he dating her?
Yeah.
It's got to be like a click thing, you're in Hollywood and just whose turn is it? Whose turn is it?
It's man.
Oh, I gotta trim down these intros because I try to wait for people to come in, but I don't want to lose people right in the 5 seconds because that's the most important time. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Paige. Welcome to episode 218 of the Hangout, where we give you positive insight into the world collecting in a very chill and relaxed atmosphere. I say we because I'm joined by my special co-hosts. You know me, I never let it go. The 2 Corys. How you guys doing? Cory. Oh, wait a minute. I believe that there's some acknowledgement that needs to happen on this episode.
I don't think anything happened this week.
What?
Plausible deniability. CC and I didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
Nice.
Oh, you didn't see it because it was so fast. I even had CC go, "What? What the hell happened?"
I was focused on the other champ. I was trying to be a double. What are they? When Jericho had both belts at once.
You know what? Behind the scenes, I'll be honest with you. When you messaged me and said like you said something,
Oh yeah, I asked you a question about something.
yeah, and then I completely forgot I was painting, and then I had the phone down, and no lie, I went and I looked, and I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" I'm like, I probably didn't get this anyway, so I clicked it and put it on there, and I went to go to CC's page, and it was up. So I'm still wondering where the other celebrity tapes are buried. You're never gonna see that stuff. What's up, fellas? Well, I'm happy I have you two guys. Thank you guys very much for being here. I appreciate it. I know everyone's busy. Uh-oh. Oh, the Rumble leak was wild. Yeah. See, you can't avoid it.
Was it as wild as a Diddy party though? That's what I want to know.
I don't know if it would be, but
Yeah, you can't really throw that term wild around anymore.
can you listen to his music now? I asked Ann. I was like,
You asked me that too. Like, can we listen to?
Can we listen to Diddy now? Is it okay now?
I listened to Bad Boy for Life today.
Did you?
I don't think I can.
Something came on. Oh, it didn't have it's Diddy, but it was Mace. And yeah, you know, like.
Can we listen to Meek Mill?
No, it was what Mace song was it? It was the, you know, the bad boy. That one. It came on, but you know, but Diddy's in the back, and as soon as it came on, I was in the gym. As soon as it came on, it just got awkward. You saw people going,
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Edit it?
Yeah. Every time you hear that music, you can't help but to think about Carl Winslow. I just can't do it.
I heard he was there partying.
Can't do it.
Did you see? You know, like speaking of collabs, because he collabed with Nelly on that one song too. Nelly has his own reality show now.
Yeah, with Ashanti.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. I just saw like a trailer for it. I'm like, is everybody getting their own reality show now? I mean, I like Nelly.
Have you seen those photos like of the parties? Like everybody's there. Everyone.
The Diddy parties or the Nelly parties?
Diddy parties. Like you go through and you just see all these pictures. I heard or said put Diddy on. It's safe to listen to Diddy again. Definitely not Meek Mill. Yeah.
Meek Mill's like, man, I got fucked again.
Yeah.
For 7 minutes, we're safe.
Oh god, yeah. All right, so top cons. I know that there's a lot of toy news, but I think the charm of the show also is that we don't try to cover everything because I don't like looking like an ass and not know what I'm talking about. So we talk about specific stuff, but it's mainly some of the big stuff that kind of happened this week, and there was a lot. So we'll talk about Hasbro, we'll talk about Legends, we'll talk a little bit about Mythic Legions, even though they're doing a show at the same time right now, and no shade. And then, of course, Mezco. We'll talk about Mezco. Chewy.
Did Mezco have something going on this week?
I think they had a little bit of news. Like spicy news. I think it's an accomplishment if we can talk 2 hours about Mezco stuff. But first, a little show foreplay. Ready? Can we talk about Sandwich Girl?
Oh my god. Okay, now I get where you said the OF.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
For those that are not familiar with this, and love you.
Love you.
For those who are not familiar with this, I fell down the rabbit hole. I don't like trending videos and all that clickbait content stuff, but I did find Sandwich Girl, and I showed you guys.
And you made us
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
hungry. And
Oh, is there people in the room?
I don't know what you're talking about. You have to explain it.
So we should skip
What's
Sandwich
the
Girl
premise?
section? We'll skip Sandwich Girl?
Sandwich Girl full speed ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to hear you explain it. Describe it for the viewers.
Okay. So I was flipping through just on Facebook, and this girl popped up, and she's like, "You want me to make you a sandwich?" I don't know if anybody else has seen this. And I was like, "What is this? What is she talking about?" And so she hooks you with that.
You got to remember: are you hungry? Would you like me to make you a sandwich?
See, someone's watched it way more than I have then.
Yeah,
That's just what you described.
I don't remember that line.
Yeah, so she's like, "You
I watch
hungry?"
it on mute.
Well, that's the attention, that's the attention grab. I don't know too many people, and we had the conversation too. Like, how many people have you had? How many women have you had in your life that said that? Want me to make you a sandwich? That's the grab. That's the hook. So, sandwich girl says, "You hungry? Want me to make you a sandwich?" And then she proceeds into going and making these elaborate sandwiches. I fell down the rabbit hole. I think I watched like 4 or 5 of them.
Paige carb loaded is what he's telling everybody.
He's got so much bread inside the house right now. Ann's like, "What's all this bread for? What are we having this in the house for? What's all this bread?"
Oh, somebody's seen it.
Does somebody know who a sandwich girl is?
Hustle.
That's her. That is her name. It's Sandwich Cutie Cat. Yeah, I love that chick. Yeah. Hey, you hungry? Want me to make you a sandwich? Her views are gonna go through the roof, bro. I'm telling you. Because I'm sitting there watching, and I go, and it's not the girl. I mean, she's not really that great looking, but she starts cooking. She's just making these sandwiches, doing all this stuff, and I'm like, that looks really good. I'm so hungry. I've been watching Sandwich Girl for way too long. Yeah. Hey, hungry? Want to make a sandwich? So anyway, yeah, I fell down that rabbit hole, and I took these guys with me. So.
But it is a hook to go to another site.
I did not do that. I don't have that account.
I looked it up. I did not subscribe.
Oh, really? Okay.
So why did I loan you $10?
I asked you guys for $10, but you guys didn't Venmo it to me or PayPal or anything.
Yeah.
I tried to PayPal him for her, but she said no.
KJ,
I do $250 a week.
Good to see you, KJ. Good to see you, man. I wonder if he knows about Sandwich Girl. In today's day and age, go make me a sandwich. You get canceled. She was doing the Lord's work. Yeah, I'm telling you. She found her niche. Yeah. So anyway, Sandwich Girl.
And she had brought a friend, too.
Yes, she did. Okay. So, proceed with caution. I know we're a little late on this news because this kind of happened after the show, but we all know a member of the Marvel Legends team, Ryan Ting, announced out of left field that, he would be departing from Marvel Legends. This was kind of a big shock. I was reading through this, and I could just, you could tell he's just kind of pouring out his heart. And this is life-changing. And it's also something, when you look at it, it just kind of shows how, fragile this whole thing is, He was obviously there for, 10 years? 12 years total at Hasbro. And they just took his position. They eliminated it. Do you guys have thoughts? I was taken back by this.
At first, I thought it was the other Ryan. Is his name Ryan?
Oh, Dan Yoon? No.
Dan Yoon. I'm sorry. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Why I just thought I was thinking because I follow Dan on X or whatever it's called now, but
I do too. Yeah.
I didn't follow Ryan. I don't know. Dan had a lot of content. Yeah, so I like watching those three on their their Marvel Legends. Those three were really good together, I felt.
Yeah, they did seem like they had really good chemistry. I don't think that was it. I think it was a position thing, but it just goes to show you, man. It's really, we talk about finances and everything else like that too. And I know the first thing I thought of was when I saw this is how you see all that stuff on the internet, people are like, get rid of this person, get rid of that person. And it's man. And I'm not too familiar with his official position, right? What was he? Obviously, he had a huge part of all of that. Was he a designer?
Was he product? development, management,
or maybe like promotion or something like
yeah.
that. I don't.
Oh yeah, product promotion.
Yeah, I don't, and I don't know what his official title is. I passed by him twice at San Diego. I didn't say anything to him. Not that he was working, but I saw this and I was like, man, I feel bad because I've I've only gotten good vibes out of him. Watch him on show. It was very obviously he was passionate about what he did, and to see that, I hope he lands someplace that's going to be able to like utilize his talents and stuff like that. So, and then as Craig said, he mentioned he was going to be at San Diego. So I'm hoping that people that are at San Diego and they see him, I hope they, take that time to, say something nice or thank him for what he's done. I mean, he contributed to Legends more than people probably realize. So hopefully he starts his own company like Bobby Valla. Oh, what is it? Senior marketing. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, senior marketing. Yeah,
sounds like a pretty AI capable job.
Don't say that.
Just saying. I'm just saying. We got AI just sitting there ready to copy everybody's marketing strategies.
Dude, I'm telling you,
They'll
that's probably
analyze it and put all the trends out there, and they'll have some AI person doing the videos. And not only is this toy a digital render, but so is the person presenting it.
Yeah. Ryan says they limit his position and will likely put the work on Dan Yoon, who is at a lower salary. Yeah, isn't that kind of the thing? I'm not saying that they're going to do it, but isn't that the kind of thing? Usually, you get absorbed. When something like that, you absorb the responsibility, but the pay doesn't come with it. Hopefully, they do compensate him. But does every Mezco figure get a variant of some sort? We'll dig into that in a little bit. A lot of variant stuff, but
yes,
yeah.
Every single one does.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Oh yeah. I had a really good conversation with a friend of mine on Instagram, and he had mentioned something to me, and I don't know what kind of rep I have with this, but we've been talking a lot about finances and then preparation and stuff like that, and then people complaining about stuff. And he said, and when we were talking about it, he's like, yeah, he was telling me that he got in contact with Mezco. Okay, so back it up. He initially messaged me. He said, hey, I got this figure, but it's outside the return window. He said, what do you think I should do? And I was like, oh, well, you can try to contact him, but if it's outside the window, there's no guarantee. And he told me, he's like, and I might be butchering some of this up, but he said he got it from the convention. So here's my safety speech for this, for everybody else really quick. If you are going to the convention, San Diego, and you buy an exclusive, I highly recommend that you open it and check it. The reason why is because you're still in the area, and if something's missing, somebody did that last time. They had a Void Cadet, and I think the battery wasn't working in the little boom boom. And so he brought it back, and what they did was they opened up one of the stuff, they took out the part, and they replaced it. But if you buy an exclusive and you leave, and you just find out later on and you contact them, there's really no way of proving it. You can probably maybe get your credit card statement and say, hey, I did it. But if you're at the con, just open the stuff up, make sure everything's there, check it really quick, and then do it. And bonus tip, I would also recommend if you get a receipt, because that way if you do leave, there's something wrong, you can message them and say, hey, I have my receipt from the con, it's missing this, would you please be able to replace this or do whatever you gotta do. So if you're going to the con, protect yourself. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Emily could create another Emily. I'm going backwards a little bit. But yeah, do that. But we were talking about it, and this is a part for me really quick. So he had mentioned something, and he said like about complaining and stuff like that. And I thought about it. I go, you know what? I do talk about that. So I'm gonna try not to do that too much tonight. But I did see that when he was talking about the convention, I was like, man, I really got to talk to people and tell people that. So if you are going to a convention, just a little safety tip. Hey, look at that. Who's picking this up?
Where's the glove?
It's on the floor right there. See? Little heavy-handed humor. Got to balance it out, right? Oh, let's see here. Toy time. Legion of Horrors. Right now, Mythic Legions. It's not a shot. It was just, remember? Heavy, light, heavy, light. Mythic Legions, they are doing their Horror of Insimo. So they're doing their live thing. I think MC, you told me that you showed me what was the thing that they had?
They have a gnome now that they just unveiled. A little guy. Some gnomes. So they're going. I saw a couple, like a Viking. They had a girl, a gnome, and I don't know. They had a goblin that had a blue face. I wasn't. I just kind of scrolled through the pictures real quick, but it looks. Legions people will be happy.
That's good. It's all pop and swap and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. So they got that. That's going on. Make sure you check that out. Let's see what else. Jada is revealed their SDCC exclusives. This is the first two, so they got this color variant. Bison. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Not willing to buy another Bison just to get that effect piece.
CC, you need another one. What if I want to come over and play Street Fighter with you?
I got one controller. I told Paige that the other day. I got one controller. If you want to come over and play, you have to watch.
Man, he's giving you a thumbs down.
Yeah.
This is their exclusive. So I've been seeing some conflicting stuff. So if anybody else knows a little bit more about this, let me know. But is this only a convention exclusive? They're not going to sell this through that.
I didn't know they added a head sculpt.
Yeah, you guys are Street Fighter guys. I don't collect these.
Oh well, damn it! Now they got me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Flame effect plus a new head. Well, shit.
Yeah, you get the toasty, and then they also revealed this. I love this colorway, man.
I might do this one because I don't have the first one yet, so I might go ahead and skip the first one and get this one.
Yeah. Yeah, Craig says new faces. This looks cool, man. I like the way the color looks on this. I also like the like you guys said, the special effects pieces and stuff too. These will be a pain in the ass trying to like pack them up and bring them back, but it looks like it'd be worth it.
Yoga.
Well, the one thing about the Jada exclusives, they don't seem to be that hard to get online.
Yoga Flame.
Yeah, look at that, man. That looks cool. You could use this for a bunch of stuff. Yeah. All right. So is it pick up? Yes, no?
We started with Sandwich Girl, and then we got these.
Mm-hmm. See? It all ties in. These hoes ain't going.
You telling me she's making sandwiches for somebody else?
Probably. I would say so. I hate double dipping by Jada. Those effects should have came with the first release. Well, if they did that, then it wouldn't give you anything to attach you to this version.
I was kind of hoping those effect pieces would be like, you'd be like a 2-pack. You could just buy the effects separately.
Ding, 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 ding. I saw a bunch of people suggest that. They were like, hey, Jada, why don't you do this as like a separate accessory pack?
And add some more stuff. And I mean, I'd buy accessory packs.
Yeah, like crates and shit. I liked how they did like that sign that they had for Ryu and Ken and stuff like that. I like that sign. I like the barrel, the broken barrel. Dude, if they really wanted to push it, they do cars anyway. They should just make a damaged car.
Yeah.
Maybe little magnetic tab pieces or something like that for that stage or something. But, you know, Mythic Legions revealed a Tundra Orc with double jointed elbows. What? I wonder if there'll be a price increase with that. And then, side thought, I wonder what the feedback will be from that community. Hardcore and then also casual.
You figure that's a figure right there that's gone up quite a bit that nobody really talks about very much.
Well, loyal subjects, I put this in here for you. They announced their mask. Was it the 3 3/4, right?
They're a little bit smaller because they're 2.75 inches.
Mm.
Do you remember the originals?
Yes, I got some.
How do they compare to this updated version?
Almost identical. Almost identical. Except I see that the loyal subjects are supposed to be doing, and that's a recent announcement that they didn't talk about it before, but they're doing vac metal on like the chrome pieces.
Oh, that's cool.
on these, like the pipes of the ear.
Yeah, it'll be vac metal. That'll be really, really cool.
That's a
But
nice.
they stayed very, very true to the original design. I was torn over this.
I know.
Really torn. I'm still not really sure why they didn't at least give us an updated figure. If they could at least just added in an elbow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like you would have made a different, an elbow and a shoulder swivel or something, just so the arms could go out as well as just up. You know what I mean? I think would have made a ton of difference.
5 pointy. So it's not so 5 pointy.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess they wanted to go very reminiscent.
Well, I mean, they have a pretty good roster of stuff with that. Maybe this is like their first step, kind of like G.I. Joe.
Wave 1.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like maybe they put this out, see how well it like resonates, see if there's a market for it, and then you build on it. The next the next wave that you have, maybe you do something like that. You implement it like slowly.
Yeah.
And then you could come back and you could reissue these figures you could do a 2.0 version. I'm pretty sure they're trying to like appeal to like hardcore collectors, That's some good stuff, man. But they had the bundle.
I tried. I couldn't pass it up.
So you got the bundle, or did you buy specific ones?
I bought the whole bundle because I can't imagine paying the $175 for the Rhino exclusive and not paying the other $150 just to get them all.
Do you think it'll be where it has the button in the middle, and the doors fly up and then you push down on the back? You remember that?
Yeah.
Push down on the back and it, the jets popped out and stuff.
I'm waiting to see. It doesn't look like it's spring loaded, but I'm waiting to see. It might just be one of those things where it just transforms without the springs, which would probably be a smart move because we all know that's honestly, the only reason why I bought this stuff is because I've got the Rhino, I've got the vintage one, but never would I ever consider transforming that thing. You know what I mean? Like it sits there untouched. I don't mess with it.
Is it still holding up?
Yeah, it looks great. But I would never risk, snapping something off.
Oh wow.
I think everybody had this figure. Yeah, this is it looks really good. It's very tempting. I don't know.
Come on, Paige. It's only money.
Can't take it with you.
It's space, man, too.
Yeah, but these are only 2 3/4. That's a much smaller box.
Yeah,
you could probably take all 5 of these and put them inside that one hiss that you got.
Yeah, this looks really cool. It brings back good memories. I remember, man, I remember those stickers used to peel off of that thing. That would piss me off. My friend, he had a pristine Rhino, and that was the first thing. He's like, nobody touches the stickers. Don't mess with any of the stuff inside,
Yeah.
I wonder how deep they're going to go with this, obviously, It'll depend on how well it does, but I don't know. I don't know. But now
I'm excited about this one, and it's supposed to be in stock late August, so it'll be a pretty quick turnaround. Excited to get these in hand.
I'm sure this will be at SDCC. I'll take pictures of it for you.
You can just sneak one in your briefcase. That'd be awesome.
They'll probably have some for sale. Aren't they supposed to have it there, right?
Secret
I
Agent
thought so.
Paige.
Isn't the one an exclusive to there? So they should have the truck there at least, right?
Yeah, but it's a Big Bad exclusive though. So I think the only way to get that is to go through Big Bad. I don't think they'll be for sale there. Unless Big Bad are they at SDCC?
Big Bad. I don't know. I don't know Big Bad. I haven't seen the listing for everybody yet. I just know like the big companies that are there. So I thought I read something about how they would be there, but I could be wrong. Was this a boxed rhino? Whoa. Kaido always has like great information. The boxed rhino AFA 75 went for $3,850 on eBay. Yeah, I would agree. 175 is not that bad.
Well, and that's for the Rhino, the biggest one. And Ramen was selling the Thunder Wing, I think, they call it with the Gull Wing. I think that was 175 is what that was going for, and Loyal Subjects is selling it for $58.
Yeah.
CC, you bought one of the from Ramen, right? Like the con exclusive.
Yeah, I've got like it was one of those con exclusive ones. It's the night version of it. Yeah, I still got it.
Did you open it or?
No, I spent so much on it. I never even took out the package. I spent too much on it to enjoy it. I just sat there.
Sell it, and you can pay for all 4 of these.
Right.
Oh wow! Here's a great missile on the exclusive is referring to the Euro variant where they didn't want a missile, so they wrote satellite on it. Figures are the same as the original size, one more articulation point, and now they have IT tail. Thank you, MVP right here. Thank you.
Yeah, because the old ones didn't have knees, right? Is that the additional articulation point?
Yes, man. I think it's cool that they're doing this. I love the cartoon. I loved the toys. So I wouldn't mind seeing them do more. I just don't. It's like a friend of mine said in a group. He's talking about finances and space and everything like that. He's a smart guy. CC. All right, the phone's plugged in. We're good. Yeah, well, that's coming. You can get the bundle, or you can pay for them separately. CC, you're in, right? MC, yes, no?
Space.
Yeah, it would be cool to have this, but I don't know where I could put this. I don't.
You can start throwing out some of Anne's stuff.
She can hear you.
Well, that's what you told us you were going to do.
No. She won't believe you. And now a word from our sponsor.
Relaxus?
Yeah.
Relaxus.
Do you or a fellow collector suffer from premature ejaculation? Did you know 9 out of 10 male collectors suffer from this disease? Premature ejaculation usually occurs when collectors are visually overstimulated when they see a prototype, pre-order, digital render, or all of the above, causing them to prematurely judge without taking time to confirm, verify information, sources, site sources, everything like that. Side effects of this disease can be, that's a hard pass for me. It probably can't even do fill in the blank. This will be X amount of dollars. This won't come out until 2020X. And yes, this is, of course, to set the precedence for this segment. Boom! I love how they handled this. It's like they sat back for a little bit. They waited for all the shit talk that people were doing. And then they said, hey, guess what? This figure is not as short as you think it is. He's 6.1 inches. Blew like half the content I saw out the water. That's all I kept hearing about this. That and the thong song stuff about this figure.
Not gonna lie, that's what I was looking at. Like, I don't like how they do their leg articulation.
Yeah, that's an ugly crotch.
How do you prefer your crotch, Cece?
Yeah, please tell us. Like, can you clarify? Some of this stuff I don't even notice until somebody says something about it. It's kind of a weird bag, isn't it? Because people will say, I want a figure that can really, especially like these characters, especially with this company, they'll say, I want this figure to be able to do dynamic poses and stuff. And the engineers are like, okay, here you go. And then it's like, don't like it.
Yeah.
So, what do you want? So when I saw this stuff, I was like, man, this, I don't know, like to me, I didn't see it until somebody pointed it out. But even then, it doesn't really bother me. I don't know. I kind of jumped out of SHF. But maybe they'll revitalize it with this line. But I just thought how they handled it was pretty funny. You guys aren't into this, are you? Like the SHF? Because everybody's doing Marvel.
No.
Yeah. Much to get back into it, though, right, Paige?
No. I don't like... You know what worries me sometimes is I remember they did... And it's not a knock against them. Because I get it. Like you can only go as far down the line as you can with the support you have. But I remember they were doing wrestling figures, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And they did Rock, Austin. Didn't they do Undertaker and Kane? I don't know. Did they?
Yeah. I got those four.
Okay. And so, and then they stopped, right? Did you like the figures?
They look really, really, the likeness is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good. Because I do have those four.
Yeah.
Why? Don't get me. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't. Well, I do have some other wrestling figures. I went through a wrestling phase for figures there for a second. I don't know why.
They're good, man. Have you seen the new ones? Like,
they're a great likeness. Really great likeness.
Yeah, but I mean the new ones, like I only dip into it, and some of it's because of civilian stuff. I love the vehicles, but who did I see the other day? I saw they redid somebody, and it looked really good. It was the Ultimates line, I guess. Not the cheap ones. You know how the cheap one that comes in the blister cards only got like 5 points articulation? Not those.
Yeah.
It's the ones like that come in that white and red box, and they have like all the stuff. And I'm not even a fan of Logan Paul, and I saw his figure, and I'm like, wow, that looks just like him. Holy crap. Let me see. It's a bit off topic, but is it a bad sign that Mezco animated Batman hasn't sold out yet? No. It's a pre-order. It's an open pre-order. So they're just like leaving that open to fill slots and stuff like that. So I don't think that's bad. It's giving people an opportunity to be able to get it. What do you guys think? There's a lot of conversation about that going around.
I mean, for that in particular, it's kind of the usual for a pre-order.
Yeah, they changed that whole pre-order thing for a lot of figures.
Kind of the whole point. I love it when pre-orders that way. I would love for more companies to do kind of like, how like Mondo's doing the Winston thing right now, where like when that pre-order is going to end. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason in the world after this 6-week period or whatever, even I missed it. Well, okay, you didn't miss it. You just decided not to do it. But I wish they would do more stuff like that. Just give me a time window. Let me weigh whether or not I really want it.
Look at the pictures and stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Mike, that's for those regular releases and stuff like that, that's pretty standard. They usually keep it up for, a month or two, depending on how well it's doing. But yeah, that's normal. Hopefully a prototype at San Diego Comic-Con. Did I skip that one? There you go. Yeah, hopefully so. Fingers crossed, right? Yeah. They're going pretty hard on this. Hopefully they can get some traction. Dragons and Juggies. This, they said, I think, when this is coming out in August, I think, right? It said, for those who pre-order, Dragon Man will be shipping later this summer. So, July, August, maybe. This thing looks badass, man. I know, I picked this up. Did you guys? I can't remember.
I did not. This was before I rediscovered Legends again.
God this looks really good, man.
I didn't either. I just had to show restraint.
Do you have regret now or no?
No, I have a $500 dragon.
And you could have a little baby companion here.
Yeah.
I saw the prototype for this, and when I saw it at San Diego, I was like, wow, that looks good. But this looks, it's painted, you know, it's got all this stuff. This looks really cool. And you don't have to go looking for that other one that's what, like $800, $1,000 now? I like the packaging too.
Yeah.
Nice how they keyed into the Fantastic Four marketing in there. Go watch the movie. Yeah, this looks badass, man. It'll probably go back up, CC, if you want it. They had that.
No, sir.
No? Dang it. I'm trying.
No,
I'm
sir.
trying. And then when we got off, I think it was like, what, that Friday, Juggernaut went up. Am I late or no? Or did that happen already before? Did we talk about this? I've just been seeing so many pictures. People were talking about the price point, obviously, and then they were talking about the size and how much better the sculpt and the range of motion is on this. And I didn't get this. I thought about it. Is it still available?
I think so.
Yeah, that's true. Minis makes a great point. Yeah, I think some people do get confused, like the licensed figures and then something like exclusives, like today, or their own IP. But yeah, that's why we are here. Yeah. See, yeah, he's new. That's usually how it is, man. Dragon Man is gonna be dope. Yeah. All right. So no traction on this. We'll move. This is coming out pretty soon. Cats and Bats. All right, this is probably a good meaty subject here. So they finally announced, Hasbro finally announced their Haslab, and it is just like what we all thought, because we did see leaks to this early, right? There was some speculation, prototype concept art. I didn't know that you could hit the switches on this bad boy and do that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is, man. I glanced at these photos. I didn't deep look at it, and when I did, I liked what I saw. It's 3/24, and if you are a Hasbro Pulse member, you are going to get your free shipping. This is all due in August, something, right? They're happy. I'd be happy too. There's more size comparison photos I put in here later on, but and this is no shade being thrown at anybody, but Lenny's a pretty tall and stature and big guy. This thing is huge. Comes with a lot of stuff, a lot of unlocks. So I guess the first question I have for you guys is, obviously, are you guys picking this up?
I am. I'm gonna go for it. This will be my first GI Joe Haslab. It'd be the first one.
We're wearing them down,
The
MC.
first
We're
one.
wearing them down.
I know. I keep seeing you guys get these great things, and helicopters, and rattlers, and hiss tanks, and I got to do one. I knocked that first one off the bucket list. I'm gonna start with this one.
Yeah.
Only because I figure if I support this, maybe I'll get my Cobra Wolf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great, like, just to kind of like what, like a vamp kind of thing. They would do it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have to be a Haslab for the Cobra Wolf. That should be able to be a regular release.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever's listening, make that happen. Cobra Wolf.
Yeah.
If I mean anything at all to you, you'll make it happen.
This looks badass. So, and I want to pin this really quick because, so price point wise, I bear with me, but so looking at all this stuff, this is, of course, this includes tiers and everything else like that. But the price point for this, like it says, $325, right? We'll throw in the extra point. 45 days left, but this was a couple days ago, so it's still got 40 plus days that you can back it if you want. And then MC, you said how far are they? They haven't unlocked any tiers, right?
Yeah, it was at like 5,000, I think, yesterday. Or
But for $325, you're potentially getting all of this, depending on if the stuff unlocks, right?
Yep.
At least the Snow Cat Frostbite, and I would say that they're probably going to unlock at least Lady J, right?
oh,
Keep that price point in mind. In this vehicle, you get your figures. It has a lot of other stuff, like you have all these different attachments. Jesus, it's 21 inches long.
It's got a kitchen.
size queen.
Yeah. Functional wheels, trend, suspensions. The wheels turn. Somebody threw this tease in there. They were talking about this too.
Oh, you got to get one of those. That should be another regular release. That'd be nice.
Was it? Isn't that an asp? Is that the asp?
That's the asp. Yeah.
Yeah. That asp. It's got doodad thingies, working LEDs in the dash. Remember, 325. So you're getting all of this stuff. It's very big. This is bigger than I thought it was going to be honest with you. I think one of the sorts of contention with this was, oh, they're going to put this up and it's going to be small. And they said, yeah, screw that. Rotating missile turret, but it has a lot of features, right? And then the unlocks for this is really detailed. MC, are you getting this?
Well,
come on, man.
I was out. I was like, we had the conversation. I live in a tropical climate now. I grew up in Michigan. It's been great, but because you're getting one and Cece's getting one, I'm not going to miss out on the play party. I'm going to suffer for the fans. I'm going to spend my hard-earned money just so we can have a 3-way play party with this.
That's right.
It's so funny. We didn't have to twist his arm for very long, did we?
It didn't.
MC's like, I'm out. He's like, what, you're getting one? All right. MC already checked out. He's got his receipt.
Yeah. He actually probably just checked out while we were talking. That took no baby oil at all to get him to do that. Yeah,
it was recorded.
Damn, this means the Rumbler is going to be more than the Frostbite. Was there a price put out for that? Be careful.
I didn't.
No price. Yeah, I saw a lot of people running with that rumor, man. This is going to be $600. We're talking about the Rumbler. We'll talk about it later, but yeah, $600, $800, $900. It's like everybody's Dwight Schrute this. It's like it's going higher and higher each time.
I've got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Would you be more surprised, right? Would you be more surprised if it was $250 or if it was $500? Which one would be more of a surprise?
For what? The Rumbler?
The Rumbler.
Can we pin that for a second?
Sure. I'll let it marinate.
I would be well, really quick, like for foreplay, I would be more surprised if it was over 500. I don't think it'll be that much.
Why didn't I say over 5?
If it was
5.
If it was 5,
So-
I don't think it would
So
be 5.
$499 or $249? Which one would surprise you more?
$499.
Really?
I don't think it's going to be that much. And we'll talk about it later because
That's what you call a tease right there.
that's right.
Poor Ann. Paige is a master of the tease.
No, that's it.
Would you like a sandwich?
Yeah,
You hungry? You hungry? Want me to make you a sandwich? Yeah, so this you get a lot of stuff for this. I keep reiterating the price point for this because all of these things you are getting, right? With this. And this is I know a lot of people give them flack for stuff, but they really do put a lot into this stuff, man. I don't know personally how people feel about the price point because like the Joe's group, I don't really jump in there because I know how it's going to be. It's like the same predictable topics every single time. And I know price was probably one thing that most people are harping on, but like when I saw the price, I didn't really blink on it and say, this isn't worth it. It looks like it. This has a lot.
Lab worthy.
It's the same price as the Rattler.
How much was the his tank? It was like,
I think the his tank was a little bit cheaper. Let me look.
yeah. What did it say? Damn, does that mean the Rumble is going to be more than a Frostbite? Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I have some theories about that. That's the thing too. Like, people are going to have to kind of,
Okay. 300 for his tank.
300 is the his tank.
Yep.
See, wow. So at least they're consistent with their pricing.
Let me look at what the Dragonfly was.
Yeah. A lot of people were thinking that this Rumble is going to be like 350, 400. Has Gridiron shown any updates for this yet? Yeah, it just got
275 for the.
They're pretty busy with the one they got going. That tank of theirs is still, woo, boy.
CC, when's yours coming? Paige ordered 2, so you can get a free one.
I did not. I have not ordered anything from them.
That thing with the command turret? Oh, man.
Yeah. So let's reframe some of this, because this is what I see a lot of people do. They talk about like price point, and they're like, everybody has this habit of saying this figure or this offering is not worth it, whatever it is, right? Company puts out a price, somebody says, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to you. It's, there's other people that this is probably worth it. So reframing the conversation. Do you feel that this is worth to you $325?
Yeah. Yeah.
MC's so on the fence about this. So what do you think?
I think the price is fair. Honestly, I mean, you're getting a lot as usual, and Haslab is great. I mean, Paige, you haven't opened your Haslabs yet, but you've lived vicariously through me, and they crush it. Like, but I am on the fence. Like, I'll probably end up getting it, like I said, just so we can have a 3-way play party, and then I'll box it up and forget about it. I just don't. I had the Snow Cat as a kid, but
yeah.
Or I can pay a customizer to do the Tiger Force version of it for me.
Yeah. I think this looks great, man. I think it looks cool. It is kind of like environmentally specific, but they had other versions. They didn't have the desert version of this too.
Probably
Tiger Force version or something like that.
They did have
Tiger Force version, yeah.
Yeah, they could. I know people wouldn't want to see it because like Haslabs are supposed to be this, the top tier dream project kind of stuff, but they could rip out some of this stuff and maybe do a tiger. I don't know, or maybe. and with bats, I've seen people getting this. They're shipping out. People are like doing in-hand photos. This thing, every time I see photos, looks bigger and bigger each time I see it, man. I'm glad I jumped on this because I don't know what I thought. I thought maybe it would just be half the size of this and this figure would just fit in there, but more and more photos are coming out on this, and man, I'm excited about this thing. This thing looks badass, man. I can't wait.
They definitely stepped away from the source material on this. Where you just clamp a figure inside of it. And...
Yeah.
This says a lot too. Chewy says, I haven't ordered any Joe Haslabs, and this one has my attention. I mean, that's pretty much what they're trying to do. Like, get target audience, say, hey, let's get new eyes. Yeah, this thing looks so good, man. I can't wait for this to come out. And then here's the size comparison with this. So this is next to the his tank. Dude, this thing looks like it can literally put it over its head. That tank. Is that a 3 and 3? Oh, it's a 3 3/4. I'm sorry, right?
That?
Yeah, that's a 3 3/4, right?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Right. So I take that back, but still, that's pretty
small.
Big. Yeah, it's big though. Look at the box, bro. Jeez. And if everybody's talking about pricing and stuff like that, you guys grew up in a bad era because this is how much everybody else was paying. $16 for the Conquest X30. This is ridiculous. Look, these two are probably the most ridiculous ones right here. The Cobra Raven, remember that with the twin rear guns and the one man drum. Remember that? So this thing, $22. That thing was huge, and then
The terror
$59 for the. Look at that! That's crazy.
Man.
Oh,
The Tomahawk. Everybody had the Tomahawk.
everybody did. Yeah.
The Havoc.
Yeah. I think I had that. There was, man, what was the one that I didn't? I don't think I had an asp. I had no asp.
That's so crazy to see those prices back then.
Yeah. Battle round. Yep. You're like, oh, it sucks. You just missed out. We're going to Mezco now. All right. Good night, Bobo. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Now we can talk about stuff that we know about. All right. Breaking news. So, this is the very first time this is shown. We have officially entered the Q3 era. We're in Q3 right now. July, August, September, right? So I made for everybody the this has not been put out yet. So this is the Q3 estimated release dates for July to September. Some of this stuff is overlapped from Q2 because those months overlap. Nothing has changed in terms of release dates except for Nightwing, which is funny because they did the tease for the new 52 Nightwing, and then probably an hour or two later they bumped that release date back to August to September. But right now, all of these dates are current and they're all still projected. They didn't change anything. So you have about 12 figures in the pipeline in the next 3 months.
I'm going to help you, Paige, before somebody else jumps on it.
Uh-oh, what is that?
That Nightwing price is wrong.
It is? Oh, yeah, the red one. Thank you.
You had one job, Paige. One job.
I know. Yeah, let me tell you, you know how hard this shit is to do this? It is a pain.
What are you doing all day, Paige? Like, what are you doing?
You
I have 14 jobs. You got 14 jobs.
You can't just sit there and watch the Diddy trial all day. You got to get on this.
I was distracted by that.
Yeah.
Thank you, CC.
Paige is like, please don't show my video. Please don't show my video.
Okay, that's not me. Okay, cool. I can't see my head on that one. You know, I put a mistake in every single thing.
Uh-oh, I blew it.
Way to go.
I did tell me. Yeah. I will fix that though. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Damn it, CC. Yeah. Here you go.
Next week, CC will not be appearing.
No.
Yeah. Kadeem will be stepping in.
Well, Kadeem will be here. No, well, that was a good key in too because everybody was talking about that today, and we will discuss that pricing point with that. I also made sure I put on here that these do ship after San Diego. So, but that's what you got. Something you also have to keep in mind is we've seen a couple of things pop up mysteriously lately. Don't know when or if those things are going to come out, what time frame, but this is just to kind of give you a visual representation of, hey, 3 months, this is what's coming out. Side note, fix.
Cory.
Fix Nightwing. Thank you, CC. I was wrong. I apologize. I failed you. I can be better. I'll do better. Oh, shit. I got shipping notification the other day and freaked out about it. And then I talked to you guys. It said, your Agent Gomez 75 is ready for shipment. I was like, say what? And then I looked, and you remember I told you guys that I also ordered that Joker and Harley Mezits pack that they had. And they said the way it was worded, because the orders were both the same. I was like, damn it, you gotta be kidding me, man. So that's not shipping, but if you did order the Mezits, that's coming.
Paige says,
both released?
what?
Man, I got hype. I was like, oh man, yay, I'm special. No.
Finally, I'm first.
Yeah. I just watched the Mythic Legions live broadcast. I may actually be all in for one. Oh wow.
What's that going for?
How many did they put out? How many is in the wave?
Hang on. I sent you guys pictures. I'll count them.
I probably won't put them up on this.
1, 2, no.
I wish it was 95. Anyway, 52.
7 figures and an accessory set.
7 figures and accessory set? Yeah.
Yeah.
CC gets 100 page bucks. Yeah, you're right. I should give that to him. Ching. There you go. Please make sure you
saving all those up for a rainy day.
That's right. 7 figure. He said 375 for this Mythic Legions all in. It's 7 figures and 1 accessory. Okay. Yeah. But for shipping wise, that's the only thing that I saw was kind of shipping, and that was the only release date change. Oh, really quick for the meetup. So I've been I had a couple people reach out to me that were actually locals at San Diego, and they suggested a couple of places. So I have those on a list. I'm going to be there a little bit early, so I'm going to check those places out. I have narrowed it down to like 3 places, and once I get confirmation from those places, you know, do you have to make a reservation? Is there people limit or anything like that? As soon as I make that concrete, I'm going to make sure I update everybody. It'll be in the groups, it'll be on Instagram and stuff like that, but the location, I'll be able to tell you where it's going to be and what time it's going to be, but it'll be closer to time. So I would say, I think San Diego's the, whatever it is, the 21st is on a Monday, I think. So it'll be either that Monday, it's the 21st to the 23rd. But there will be something that goes out that tells you what time, where, and a little bit stuff will be a little bit more finalized. Okay. So multiple exclusives. We've already talked about that, but this is still going on.
Are you going to stream it live for those of us who can't attend?
Yes, I am. I am planning on doing that. Just to have, you know, so it gives people, yeah, like you said, like it feels like you're there. I don't know what the bandwidth and everything's going to be like that, the connection, but try to make like little clips and stuff like that, or check in, check out kind of stuff. You know, photos, all that stuff. We'll try to do that stuff. Is there anything else that you guys think that would make it better for people that to enjoy that aren't able to go?
Sandwiches.
I'm sorry. What?
The sandwich girl will be there.
Yeah. Walking around. Hey, hungry for a sandwich? Yeah. So.
Why is the line so long?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
I'm just saying, I can only imagine how long that line would be for the girl making sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's that way.
She's a whiz, man. I was like, holy crap, this looks good. There's stuff. You ever watching, like, there's some stuff that I would never eat that. Like, she was putting some stuff on there. I'm like, ugh, gross. But then the way she was doing it, I was like, that looks kind of good. It's like, damn it. He said, I just subscribed to the channel, the Sandwich Girl channel.
Like the spicy channel or the regular?
I only acknowledge the regular channel. I don't know anything about this spicy channel. So never did it. Was it too soon for Rumbler? Yeah, we're actually going to talk about that here in a little bit. So, yep, San Diego. Those are your days. Remember. Someone did ask me about this, and they said, you said that MezcoCon has started. I did not say that. I said that they're going to start on June 25th with the reveals and everything. So if I need to clarify, that's fine. It doesn't start. They're starting the reveals and all this other stuff. When you get the itinerary, which should be coming up pretty soon, it's falling within that window. Usually it's around probably like a week or 2 before the convention. When you get the itinerary, that's going to lay out all of the stuff, all the events and everything else like that. And they're going to say, how many times have we gone over this the last like 2 or 3 years? It's going to say MezcoCon has started. Or, you know, today's the first day of MezcoCon. Or when you read the itinerary, it's going to say day 1. So, no, MezcoCon hasn't started. They've just started announcing the exclusives. We've already gotten 2, so we did that. Did somebody call a plumber? All right, the leak.
Which one?
It's got to be fair and balanced, right?
Right.
The leak. Let's do the chat really quick first. Been waiting forever for that bear. Was it too soon?
The San Francisco bear?
Yeah. No, I'm trying to catch up. I'll try to be good about that. No, this Mezco channel, the sandwich girl. What? Did he get out?
Did he get out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been like this. This is like the warm up for the pre-show. Yeah, I know, but like there's still some people that'll say, oh, and I don't mind like clarifying for people because some people generally have questions, or like we had earlier, there are people that are new and they don't know the format. And I'm not trying to like talk down to people, but there's some people, that are just being jerks about it. And they're like, yeah, you said this. Like, no, bro. Yeah, I didn't. I'm very careful about some of the stuff that I say, like, especially with that, because people will try to turn it around on you. So it's like, no, it hasn't started. But anyway, beat that into the ground. 20-minute video was a hell of a leak. Yeah. Hey, Machu. Good to see you, bro. So I did not put the photos in here. And I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with what happened. So we had a little bit of a leak problem this week. The first one that I saw was the Crab Louie one. Did everybody see that, or did that get buried and nobody saw it?
Crab Louie?
Yeah.
I saw it.
I saw it.
Right.
I thought he was called Dapper Louie.
Yeah, he's Dapper Don. That's still floating around and stuff like that. So I know we saw that. And then the second one was the Rumbler. Thoughts?
What Rumbler?
Crab Louie? Oh, see, he missed that. Yeah. I saw that and thought it was somebody that reissued. Yeah.
I like leaks. I think we've talked about this before. This is going to make me unpopular. But the less mystery I have in my collecting, just the less stress I have in my life. You know what I mean? I just like knowing what's coming. I don't think there's anything wrong with just having, information. So the fact to know that there's a variant. I think we talked about this a couple shows ago where I was saying that I would love for Mezco to kind of let us know up front, hey, we're going to be making 3 versions of this figure. That way I would know before I just jump on and then buying 3. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't, keeps things fun. I think it's fun.
Okay.
We used to always get those China leaks all the time. We don't get them as much anymore.
Yeah.
I like leaks too, to a certain degree. Like it gives you an early look at what, away from the prototype images that everybody. I mean, most of the times they're. What was the old saying? What did you do? Shoot this with a potato? But
yeah, those poor guys.
But it's nice because then I know, like, all right, guess I got to put away another $100 or another $800 for the Rumbler, because that's what it's going to cost, brand new.
Don't say that.
But they told me that in the video. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, yeah.
I know, right? Like, get that going, right?
Yeah.
No, I think it, like CC, I would like to know as well, like, how much money I got to spend in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going to be saving money with a Haslab, but CC flipped the script on us, and I can't have FOMO.
MC was just dreading the idea that he might have to pass on a Haslab. He was waiting for somebody to give him a reason.
I might still pass. I don't know.
But that hanger that MC's got over there. Oh,
I have a separate outbuilding for it.
Yeah.
I think it. I mean, I see the good and the bad with it. It kind of messes with a company's rollout plans. I think. I like. I do like surprise drops too. Like that's what I love about when MezCon starts, you know, they give us reveals and things like that, because that's always fun. Like the speculation, you know, like we see like the hand of Crab Louie when he first came out, you know, and look what we ended up with, and Alistair Gangrene when we just saw the bat.
Mm-hmm.
So just, you know, let your mind go. So there's like both sides I like, you know, like not knowing, and then obviously the knowing that I'm spending $1,000 on a Rumbler with the rest of the Hazard squad included in it.
Yeah, I spent some time with this one. I think about this one for a little bit. So the video, it came out, and I think is a good talking point. I'm not trying to throw this guy under the bus or anything like that. I don't know him. I'm not sub to him. I've never, until this video, it's no knock against him. I've never seen any of his work. Not because he's not popular. It's just like, you know, I kind of like shrink my circle with some of that stuff. So this is the first time that I watched him, you know, and I watched the video and everything else like that. And I sat for a little bit, and I had like split thoughts about it. When I first came in, I loved it. I love leaks because of you do get the chance to like see stuff, and like you said, it gives you a chance to prepare, and then you kind of have an idea what direction they're going in and everything else like that. And then there was like a part of me like, I'm like, damn, you know. I think it's because I saw the aftermath of it. One thing was the aftermath of it, because some people were talking about the you know, everything always starts shooting into the comparison part, right? And everybody started comparing it to other vehicles. Remember, it was a leak, you know? And this person, they were very thorough about it, but you don't know. Obviously, there was some pieces missing with this, you know, with this advanced copy or whatever that went out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know if it's complete. And I started a couple of comments too, but people all immediately started getting into pricing, and there was this overblown hype and stuff like that. And I was just looking at it, and I was like, and almost like, I don't know if this was intentional or if it was an accident, but you can almost see how companies do things for a reason, because it starts putting out speculation, and now it's almost like they're going to have to try to figure out how to control that now. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody's talking about the price, everybody's talking about, you know, another thing that I saw, like the paint detail and everything else like that, and that's something too. Like, let's say you're talking about the price point, right? Everybody thinks that this is going to be north of whatever number, right? But then you have a lot of people talking about it doesn't have certain functions, lights or something. It has lights, but it didn't have lights in the interior, like right here. But everybody's really focused on the price point, as you should. But do you think that maybe they stripped some of that stuff down, even though we don't know what the price point is, like to make that a little bit more accessible to everyone?
I think it wasn't finished.
Talking? I'm sorry, you went out, in and out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it wasn't finished. That's what I think.
Because it doesn't have all of that stuff?
Yeah, I don't think Mezco's going to not have interior lights, and you know, there was some stuff advertised on the box that was missed in the video. Like, okay, I'll say the working engine, or the realistic looking engine. The dude didn't lift the hood once in that video to show us the engine.
Mm.
And I don't know, maybe he edited out or forgot to shoot that part. I don't know, but I mean, it's only speculation. But I mean, look at a Haslab. I know we haven't gotten really a Mezco vehicle yet, besides what was it that we got? Like the bikes and stuff like that. And even those bikes, they light up a lot, and sounds and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Rider bike, the Gomez bike. I don't think it was finished. They're going to see more paint apps from those guys, I think, too. You know, because everybody was commenting on the lack of paint.
Well, that's what I mean. Let's, like I said, because we're talking about both sides of it. What if that is the finished product? And like I said, I'm only saying that because the price point for this seems to be very focused. A lot of people are saying, and I understand why, but a lot of people are using the Vortex Strike Suit as the, the barometer for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't know anything really about this concrete. We don't know what size it is. We don't know everything that comes with it because it's all speculation. But people are starting at what the Vortex Stripe Suit price point was, and they're going up. So I'm just saying, what if that was the model that you got, but it was at a lower price point? Does that make that better? Was it Mezco paints on the bullets?
So, excuse me. It's hard to really say until we know, what we do actually get for a price.
Yes.
So, with your example, so let's say that is the finished product and it is $250 with a figure. I would say that's a steal,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the way things are right now, you're looking at anywhere from $100 to $120 just for a figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're getting a vehicle for $150, that's a steal. Like somebody said earlier, the Valaverse thing is going for $150. It's been marked down to $150.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really, really cheap.
Right.
Now, to that saying, just to play devil's advocate, if that's the finished product and it's $450, would you be satisfied with that?
And that's what I mean. Like, would it be worth adding to your collection?
At $250, sure. At $450, if that's the finished thing, I think I would just stick with my gridiron stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really hard. That's why I don't know. I don't know why companies are so hesitant to let us know prices, because I just like to be able to just make an informed decision ahead of time. It's no different than like Hasbro with these legends. For a week, there was all this guessing about what the price point was going to be for Juggernaut and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why can't they just tell us what the suggested retail price is going to be?
You don't think that works in collector's advantage? To the collector's advantage?
To know or to not know?
So here's the thing. I'm not saying any of this is planned or anything like that, but this whole situation, how when leaks do happen, the first thing people do is complain and they start assuming stuff. They'll say, "Oh, this is going to be $500." You don't have any facts that point to that this offering is going to be that much money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a bunch of negative stuff. Doesn't have paint, everything. And I get it because everybody's kind of looking at it, gauging if they want to add that to their collection. They're just telling what's in their head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why not use this opportunity that you have, because this hasn't officially been put out yet, right? Why not use this as a direct line of communication with the company in feedback, because they read stuff, obviously, right? They see certain stuff or anything like that. Why not use this as a say, you know what, this is cool. I think because everything, you phrase it however you want, but you go, I think for this and what I'm seeing so far and everything that's going on, I think my price point for this is kind of this amount. And a bunch of people do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling them what you feel the value of that whatever item is. I'm not saying it's going to make it that price point, but at least they can look at that stuff, because again, it hasn't been officially announced. So we don't know where they are with that. It's almost like you'd be putting a bug in their ear saying, okay, we looked at some of the feedback from this and people are comfortable with this price point. We had it at this, maybe we can consider kind of moving it up a little bit, Let's say hypothetically they said they were going to price it at $375. And everybody was like you just said, man, I'd be okay $250, $300. But they get these numbers and they look and they go, yeah, you know what? It doesn't seem like there's the market for this, that the price point may not work for a lot of people. let's take a look at it and see, you know, maybe we can knock it down $25. Taking this opportunity instead of like bitching and complaining and actually providing feedback.
Yeah.
You know, it's not out yet. They could do one of those marketing things like they've done in the past where they could say, I know you've seen it, right? They had a price point and they slashed it out and they said it's gonna be this, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's something too. That's almost like a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing to collectors saying, yeah, we heard what you said. So you know what? Hey, guess what? I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I just think that there's a lot of opportunities collectors have in today's day and age with social media that they don't utilize. Instead of like complaining and griping and saying it's not going to have this vehicle is going to be better than this vehicle, dude, nobody cares. If you're a Valaverse person, you like Valaverse. You're going to find some kind of dumb reason to say which one is better, dude. Nobody cares. You're not going to spend the money. The people who want whatever the item is, they're going to spend that money. And I think that goes over people's heads sometimes. You're not the target audience. Sorry. They're speaking to the people that they want to try to sell it to. And so why not let those people, or why don't the people that do have that voice use it to benefit that, you know, instead of just finding things to complain about. That's what I saw when I saw this. I was like, man, people are just kind of out of pocket with some of this stuff. I'm like, you're not seizing this moment. It's not out yet. Am I off? I don't know.
I think when you see something like that pop up this close to SDCC, I think automatically everybody assumed that, man, this thing is going to be the next exclusive. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people would have been surprised if the announcement yesterday wouldn't have been for that Rumbler to be, you know, what was on pre-order today. You know, especially the way that video was presented. So I could kind of understand the panic. Because I mean, when I saw the video, the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, I got some decisions to make here. You know what I mean? There's a Rumbler available, there's a Haslab available, there's a mask Wave 1 all in. You know, the idea of doing all three and spending over $1,000 just sounds crazy. So like I said, I like to have as much information as possible that we can make the best informed decision.
Right.
I really do. You know, when they did the surprise drop with the mech suit, you know, as soon as they do a surprise drop and it's something that expensive, I'm usually gonna say no, just because the idea of dropping that kind of money just with no planning, no preparation, no really thought behind it, I don't like that. That's a dangerous precedent to set for myself personally. Because if I start just dropping money like that, good Lord, I'll be homeless.
But here's the challenge with that. We interact with the company that gives feedback, but Mez does not talk back to the company. Yeah, we've talked about this before. I think that's a combination of things. But a lot of times I think you have to also put yourself in the other position, not defending anybody or anything too, but like I've seen people in groups that get pissed off when two people talk shit to them. Can you imagine 10,000 people talking shit to you every single day? You're gonna turn it off.
I will say though that Mezco does they listen.
Yes.
They might not, you know, acknowledge it, but they listen. You can just see some of the things that they do. They listen. They hear all the stuff.
Yeah. I've been there. I've been there when they talk. Yeah. I've been there when they talk about that stuff. This was one night we were at San Diego, and we just got off. We just done working. And they were just discussing stuff, feedback from like the convention and stuff that they saw online and stuff like that. You can take it with a grain of salt. I don't think that they're just not talking. I think that they're just, like you said, I think they're just very selective about it. But that's those opportunities like I'm talking about now. Instead of like just spewing stuff, why not like be proactive or informative with feedback? And I think that opens up the doors for other stuff. But there's just been a bad relationship. Not bad, but, you know, it's been kind of ambiguous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, something always misses the mark. They'll communicate, and people say, hey, this is gonna be delayed. Ah, fuck you. You know, it's just it's you know, it misses the mark. And so you can only try, like, you have to put yourself in the other person's like position. If you kept trying to come up to somebody and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Ah, fuck you. You know, and they were just really negative all the time. Would you continue to keep talking to them? You know, you probably wouldn't. So it's got to be a little bit at each time. Mezco's got to do something, and then the community's got it. But it's got to be positive. It can't be this. You know. But yeah, like you said, CC, I think they were just like, yeah, you know what? Let's just let the product talk for itself. But yeah, they had this this rollout. I don't know. I think it also I think it also shows how important they put a lot of companies across the board put a lot of thought into this kind of stuff. And now this just raises a bunch of questions. I think we could probably just use this situation to, like, instead of asking the right questions, you know, it's a good thing. It prepares us. Like, there was a box for this. There was the vehicle for this. They're sending it out to people. So obviously, you know, you can say to yourself, okay, if it's like this, it's probably coming out pretty soon. I should be preparing, you know, especially with everything dropping from all other companies, you know. Paige, I thought I saw someone in the group said that they could tell that the plastic is cheap. I was like, man, yeah, I don't know. I think you have to take it with a grain of salt until
Well, for that same thing, what if the plastic is cheap? Because, like you said, they're trying to make it affordable.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it.
You know what I mean? It's the problem that I have with when you get trying to make things as affordable is a slippery slope, right? Because at what point is it so cheap that it's really actually not worth it, right? Like, I don't want anybody to take offense to this or anything, but you know, I bought that ramen van. I think that was $175, somewhere in that ballpark. I like it. It's pretty cool. I think it scales well. I do enjoy it, but I broke off just about every lever inside that interior, as far as like this things on the column and stuff. I think I've broken everything off of that so far. But it was an affordable option. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of thrills. There's no lighting. There's none of that kind of stuff. Right. So I thought for the price of $165, you can't really complain. So I guess what would be the price point for this, for a stripped down, very basic Mezco vehicle that you would consider, you know, acceptable? But at the same time, I just have a hard time imagining Mezco doing their first vehicle and them not going all out. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't seem very Mezco.
What if it was part of the times that we just talked like for an hour about all of these things that are coming out and different competitors and how there's other companies that have different offerings. So do you put something out? And the feedback has always been the same, like especially over the last couple months. Mezco, we'll talk about the Nightwing and everything, but what was the focus with that right off the bat? The price is raised. Over the last couple of releases we've had, everybody's been focused on the price, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say you're a company, and you're looking at that and you're saying, man, there's a lot of people that are the term I saw in the group was getting priced out.
Yeah.
You know, not because people don't want the figures, it's just economics. You know, do you buy diapers or do you buy a toy? You know, people still haven't been able to accept that. They're like, we all know that there's tariffs. We all know that there's price increase in materials, supplies, all that stuff. Everything is getting. I told you guys, I went to Publix, or I told Ann too. I went to Publix. All the items that I saw were at least between like 30 and 70% higher. like 30 to 70 cents higher, right? And over time, that does cost money. So you're going to be focusing on life stuff, right?
Yeah.
So your last couple of releases, people have been talking about the pricing, right? And you have something. Maybe they look at it and say, okay, well, let's try to make this a little bit more entry level. Let's try to like appeal to a broader audience. You know, again, this is all speculation. We don't know what the price point is. They can put it out and it's $500, but I'm just saying that most of the feedback seems to be this doesn't have a lot of paint detail. You know, this. We don't have anything official, but everybody's saying that the price is going to be high, and that's a good talking point. What if it's low, and that's what you got?
Yeah. Well, I'll do this. I'll go on the line and then I'll put it on record. You ready for this? So, in my opinion, I like to set price limits for things. That way, if it's over a certain amount, then I just don't get it. You know, plain and simple. We did that with that one release or whatever. I don't remember what it was, and I told you like if it was over, I think it was Woodford.
Yeah.
I set a price for Woodford, and I said, you know, if Woodford is this or less, I'll get one, and if not, then I'll just pass. And so I ended up passing on it. I can't imagine a 112 vehicle being any less than $200 for just a vehicle. So the idea that you're getting a vehicle and a Mezco figure, I think automatically puts it at a minimum of $325. $325. So safely, I'll say $350. So if it's there or less, I'm probably in. Over that, I think it's testing the waters there.
And don't you think that that's like good information for them to know?
Yeah.
I think that's my whole point with this is using the opportunity. Like we've seen this, like I said, whether it's intentional or whether unintentional, like we have the information. Why not use that to like provide feedback? Can you imagine if a bunch of people did say, oh, hey, it'd be cool if this was like 325, 350, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, that's what you're comfortable with. Like, MC, what are you comfortable with?
I'd go. So we're getting Death Adder variant. Like
Allegedly.
According to the box art. And the other two guys, too, McGuff and Dippo. You know, those guys are on the box, too, so they got to be included. And another
Gomez. God, here we go.
And another Gomez, so I'm say no. I'm right around CC's mark. I dig a little bit deeper in my wallet, though, because I think it's going to have a few more bells and whistles than what that video showed us. So I'd go 4.
400?
How about 6?
That's where I'm capped.
So you got money.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to hear what people think in the chat too. Like seriously.
I mean, really, when you do the math, man, like everybody said, the Valaverse thing, I think what was it, 175 or was it 200?
When it first came out. When it first came out, what was it?
I don't pay attention to his stuff. Like nothing against him.
It's just it's a good, because I mean that vehicle was presented as, hey, here's an economical, you know, option for a 112 vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, just pretty much any 112 vehicle option we've had, you're looking at that $200 and up. You know, if you look at all the ramen stuff, what's that car that you guys got? What was that, 2 1/4?
Oh, the
ramen racer?
The racer. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So you look at the ramen racer, 2 1/4. You know, you add a $100 figure to him. You know, that'd be $325.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Valaverse thing, right around $200.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I keep thinking is, this thing does have lights. Did it say on the box that it has sound too? Or is it just lights?
Working Wench, I saw that. I don't know about sounds.
Because to me, the functioning lights that adds $50 for the light up feature, in my opinion. There's $50.
LED, all that stuff. Yeah.
Here's another part of this too. You know, like making it entry level friendly for people. And you know how I just showed you this kind of stuff too. Thank you for the correction for Nightwing. That's not the right price. Remember, all of this is coming. All of this is coming.
Yeah.
Figure of the year in there.
Yeah. Thor.
Yeah. So
Let's go.
you have these exclusives that are here. Potentially this Rumbler, whenever that is going to come. And then you've seen in the chat, people are talking about the Reaper. I don't know. Doesn't it make business sense if you're like, hey, maybe we kind of cut down on this a little bit? Maybe we strip some of this stuff out. We make it affordable because we do have some of these other items coming. And then people are talking about the Land Reaper. They've already shown that the spin sneak peek for that's coming too. And dude, that thing is detailed. That thing has a lot of detail.
The Land Reaper.
Mm-hmm. You know something that Pierre, you can go back and look at this. Pierre, who was part of like the Mezco team, something he said in a video once really caught my attention. He's like, there are times, and this may be practices when he was there. I don't know if these are the same practices, but he said there are times when they would I don't want to say shortchange, but they would maybe reduce some of the stuff they would do for one figure because they would take some of that and they would move it over to another figure to offer more, right?
Yeah.
So what if they did this with this Rumbler? Devil's advocate. And they said, yeah, you know what? This is cool. This is a vehicle, but we got this other vehicle coming out. Maybe we want to take some of that project money and invest it into this a little bit more.
Yeah.
There's so many like things with this. Like, do you look at it as a market and go, God, okay, we got this Rumbler, but Valiverse has something. Joe's has a bunch of vehicles. You know, Ramen has a bunch of vehicles. Where are we at in the market? Do we want to sink Gridiron? Do you want to sink a bunch of money into a sports utility vehicle that 6 other companies have done? Do you think it's going to go well? I don't know. There's just more to this than people like realize. I don't think that they really take those things into consideration. They're just like, yeah, dump it all into there, you know. Yeah. And then, okay, let's say you do put all that time, energy, money, and project budget into that vehicle, and it doesn't go over well.
Yeah, it's a big gamble.
Yeah. Again, we'll see what happens when this is officially announced. When it comes out and we see everything, but I'm enjoying like the conversation. You see people jump in on stuff really, really quick, and they're, oh, they didn't do this, they didn't do that,
Yeah.
I do think it'll be interesting. I'd rather take some more of the positives of it. I know that this guy pushed out, like you said. I think it's cool to know because I'm like, okay, now whatever timetable or whatever savings plan I had for this to come out, I need to make sure that I'm ready.
Yeah.
Because if they're sending this out to people, that means soon, possibly, maybe, perhaps. You know? MC, what do you think? Anything?
No, I think that makes sense. A lot of competition. But Mezco also has they're known for quality products, like holding a high standard with attention to detail, better apps, pushing a better product. I mean, yeah. This isn't a, no offense to anybody out there, I don't want to offend anybody, but this isn't a $30 Marvel Legend that you're pulling off the shelf. When you buy a Mezco figure, why would you think that the vehicle would be the same?
I think CC's math makes sense too. Like if you have a figure, what the figure is obviously going to be at minimum $100, right?
Right.
So you're already going to have to put that in. You're going to have to put that on top of whatever the price is for that thing.
Right.
So I mean, you have to take that in consideration. So it'll be interesting to see how they market it now that it was leaked, you know, because it kind of takes it out. That was something else. I like leaks because it helps you know what's coming up, right?
Mhm.
But then in a way, it's like, oh God, man, because some of that surprise element is ruined. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you know what the first thing that people are going to say is, so let's say hypothetically they did show this at the show, right?
Mhm.
What's the first thing somebody's going to say? Oh, I already saw that. It takes that surprise element out of it.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that that thing was going to be there, and if it was at San Diego, wouldn't you be like, oh shit, that surprise factor's done now? Again, I'm not saying he did it intentionally, and I'm not saying that it wasn't on accident. I don't know. I'm just saying, as far as the whole thing, now somebody's going to look at that whenever it's shown and goes, I've already seen it. Instead of, you know, flashy thing in people and and you not know. Can you imagine how you would have thought, like, if you just first saw that at wherever they were going to show it? That box is cool too. That's another thing. There's some questions that are answered because it's almost like they're saying, yeah, we didn't forget about the other two characters. They're there, you know. That's something good that comes out of it too. With free shipping, oh, that's something too. You know, when they had that would be cool. I know the mechs would have free shipping. Maybe they'll do that too. That would be, and they've done that with Static 6 statues too.
Well, now it is $400. That's another $50.
Yeah.
Realistically, I mean, everybody wants to talk shit about shipping, but realistically, for Mezco to ship something that big, that's not going to be cheap.
Mm-mm.
People don't care about that. They think that they're in cahoots with them, with FedEx and the shipping company.
They're getting kickbacks. Small company like Mezco, you know.
That's not going to be cheap.
You know.
I don't know. It gave me chills as soon as I saw Mezco, you know, when they first teased it.
Mm-hmm.
My wallet clenched up right away as soon as I saw it. It's just automatically, I'm thinking, oh God, how much is this thing going to be?
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, like, you know, MC was saying, like, to me, like, Mezco's like the, you know, the Cadillac of toys. So when Cadillac announces a new vehicle, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's not going to be cheap. It's a Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I would, like I said, I would be shocked. You know, to kind of go back and play like the game we were playing earlier. I would be far more shocked if this thing was announced at 250 versus 400. If it was 400, I would just say, yeah, that's, you know, that's probably about right.
Mm-hmm.
If it was 250, I'd be like, oh shit, that's a steal. You better jump on it. Because, like I said, you take $100 off a $150 vehicle. That's cheap.
Yeah,
that's cheap.
I'm not taking anything until they say anything. Like I just see a lot of people, they throw around the price. I don't think that that's a good thing. I mean, I know we just spent the last 20 minutes talking about price.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to do that more in like a productive way. It seems like when people talk about pricing, it's more destructive. You know, You're already taking yourself out mentally. Oh, it's gonna be $500. It's like no, just let them do their rollout or whatever, and then just kind of figure out what it is, and then also figure out if it's for you, because that's another thing too. It doesn't seem like it registers with people like, yeah, this isn't the only game. If you don't like whatever that is, there's a lot of options out there.
Don't you feel like some people do this is going to be, you know, sometimes I feel like they throw that outrageous price out there because you're almost hoping it is, because then it's easy for you to pass on, right?
Mm.
Like I've done that. I'm like, please let this thing be $1,000. That way I ain't got to worry about it. You know what I mean? If it's $1,000, I'll say it right now. If this Rumbler is $1,000,
yeah,
that'd be the easiest pass of all the history of all passing.
I don't think it would be
easy. It won't be, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, it makes it easy. When something is ridiculously priced, it makes it very easy for a collector to just say, nah, I'm not willing to pay that much.
Hated it.
Sometimes the worst thing that can happen is they announce something and the price is reasonable, because then you're like, shit. I was hoping I could pass on it. For instance, Mask. Right? I think it's a great example. When they announced that bundle for $325,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I'd already talked myself out of it. I wasn't going to do it. I've already got some of the vintage ones.
Mm-hmm.
But then when, at that price, to be able to then now have, replicas of the old ones that you'd be able to play with because you don't have to worry about it being so fragile.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I couldn't pass it up for that price. So they cost me $325 by being reasonable. If it had been $450, easily I could have been like, nah, I'm not doing $450.
And yeah, and this is something else too that we've talked about multiple times before too. And this is also going to what I'm saying about just using this opportunities like preparation. So I've seen people say, again, just basing off the box, that they say, "Oh man, I like that Death Adder, but I don't want the truck." This is time like people could be preparing for that. Yo, CC, I just want the figure. I don't want the truck. Yeah, I want the truck. I don't want the figure. Bam.
Yeah.
There's there's just too many benefits that can be gained from all of this. Collecting is beautiful right now. Don't break your wallet. If you can't afford the Rumbler and get the G.I. Joe Stinger, yeah, there's so many other options out there. There's so many other options.
Good
options. Gridiron pimp it for you.
Yeah. Okay, so would you pass on it if it was $450?
MC, let him answer that question.
Based on what we see right now, yes.
Why would you?
No,
is it because of what you just saw, or is it?
No, I would. Damn it. See, that's the thing, is you guys will hold me to it. Oh, remember MC said.
Hold it right over your head, man.
Timestamp
Bring
it.
your shit right back at you.
Timestamp it. I'm in for anything under 600.
It's so hard because we don't know.
I know, yeah. There's
nobody's seen the figure. Allegedly, nobody's seen the truck officially. We haven't seen the rollout, and that's part of all this stuff. That's like the negative part about it.
I didn't see the stop motion video yet.
Is there going to be one?
I'll answer that question. I'm not worried about it. I'll answer that question.
Yeah.
$450, I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing it.
What if it was $475?
And the reason why I say I wouldn't do it for $450 is because I've already committed to the Haslab. I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's something I feel like I got to have one of those. I've already committed to the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then, like I said, to do $1,000 within a month is just insanity. But, I've also got a ton of money tied up in these, right?
Oh, what you got? What's he hiding back there?
Mm-hmm.
Spotlight him. Oh.
Right. So, for me, the Rumbler is not a must-have type thing because I've already done these with all the gridiron add-ons and everything. And to get back to that price point, once again, by the time you buy one of these vamps and then put all these upgrades and stuff on it, you're still in that $300 market, which is why I just can't imagine the Rumbler being any less than that.
Do you think Gridiron will do stuff for the Rumbler?
I think they're too busy with that phalanx thing.
Paige, are you getting it? What's your price cutoff? I am a completist, so I would get it no matter what.
No matter what.
My price cutoff,
and by it he means 3.
Well, that comes into play too. That comes into play too. Like I hope it is low. I would like to get
solo. Take me off the solo.
Oh yeah, my fault. I do hope it's a lower price point because I would like to get a couple. I think it would be cool. Sorry, give me a second. I think it would be cool to get 1 or 2. That's my cutoff. I think I only want 2, but you know what I mean? Price cutoff. I just don't think that's something that they would go, yeah, you know what, let's charge $800 for this. I just don't. I don't see them doing that. And I'm basing that off of prior vehicle price points over the span of the line. The Judge Dredd motorcycles, the the bikes that we've gotten, license and IP. Those are the things I take into consideration. I just don't throw out arbitrary numbers and go, yeah, they're going to charge this. You got to look at a bunch of stuff. I just don't see this as something that they're going to be charging an arm and a leg for. And if I'm wrong, I'll come back on here and say, yeah, hey, they charge $600. But even saying it out loud, $600 for that?
That seems like a lot.
That is.
Yeah.
That mech suit, if anybody has that mech suit, that was what, like 375, 3 something? Right? That thing is nice. That motorcycle, that Biker Gomez, I thought that was nice. That's a figure and it's a bike. This is a truck and it's bigger. From the
I forgot about that
Biker
one.
Gomez price point to the mech suit. 325?
No, I'm saying 225 for the Biker Gomez, right?
Right. And so it's like that's what I'm going by personally.
Yeah.
I just don't see.
So how could it possibly be less than 350?
And if it was 350, that I'd be like, okay, yeah, I get it. But that's me. I know that's not everybody else.
I think 350 is going to be about the sweet spot. I know people are hoping for less, and we would all love to see it for less, but I still think it's about the sweet spot.
I think that would. I think it's less than, it's a truck, and I don't know. I just it doesn't bother me as much. Like I said, there's other options out there. If this doesn't float your boat and the price point doesn't match up, I'm really interested in to see how they handle the shipping part about. Do you do the community a solid and do the free shipping on it, like they've done with the Strike Suit or some of the Static 6 stuff? That's what I'm more interested in, the rollout with that kind of stuff.
I think there's no free shipping, really. You're paying for it at some point.
Right, just build
the price.
Yeah.
It looks more attractive on paper.
Free shipping.
It advertises well, but it's not free.
My big thing is, like, instead of using this situation, that's pretty much the summary of this, is using this situation more as like information and not using it as pushing the panic button and saying, oh, this is going to cost $800. This is that. They're going to charge us next week for this. Wait until they do the rollout. I don't know how many times we've had this discussion about this, and we always nail it every single time. Even some of the segments that we had leading up to this, which will take us really quick into this next one, the next segment. You remember how last week we were talking about exclusives and variants. We talked about that last week. Here we go. Perfect example of what we were talking about. You guys remember that? So this variant came up. I'll float through the pictures. You guys just tell me what your thoughts are, and then we'll start talking about this really quick.
You still got the 3 pictures up?
Yeah, I'm trying to add it really quick. Thank you, sir. So yeah, 120 price point. A lot of people, that was the first thing they said. Oh, really quick. They did add here, this ships after San Diego. Ships after San Diego.
I do like the way they simplify that. We're just gonna.
Yeah. They're like,
forget all that 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, people want to complain about that. Tell you what, it'll just ship afterwards.
Yeah.
Communication that goes into what people say. I don't know why they're acting like that, saying that,
Looks really, really good. Well, I mean, we've talked about this variant thing a lot. And to me, this is a perfect example of a great con exclusive. Because if this would have sold out in 5 minutes, it would have been unfortunate for some folks that really, really wanted it. But is it that big of a deal since it's just a color variant, essentially, when we have the regular release coming? Like for me, this wasn't one of those things that, I just had to have the new 52 version.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, this is a great example of good uses of exclusives.
Update. I didn't put this in the group or anything. I was trying to save it for the show, but this has waitlisted.
Oof. Well, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
And how long I could hold out?
I'm sorry?
So I didn't know how much longer I could hold out. I'm glad it finally went ahead.
I know. I told you they were just waiting for you to do your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this came out second. This is the second exclusive announced for this event. And historically, they would have this at the convention to buy. Not saying that it is going to happen, but the last couple conventions, they show the MezCon exclusives and then they have them available. So we know what 2 of them are going to be so far. MC, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
I like it. I mean, I think it's great. Like CC said, con exclusive, easy pass if you're not into it, or if you don't want to collect variants, you're not out anything. You don't have to bitch about it. You can just, it's an easy pass. If I'm going to stick with the blue, well, great. You got the blue then. So here's red for people that want red also, or that prefer the red over the blue figure. So it's just Mezco expanding their customer reach. That's all it is.
Yeah. I like how people said that this is a repaint.
Where's the paint?
Exactly. Besides the head sculpt,
Yeah.
the accessories. They painted the symbols red.
Yeah.
But to the credit of people, this is I did have this slide in here for people. So
Can we talk about con exclusives for a second, though? Like variants? I mean, that's what you see most things are. Like, special glow-in-the-dark figure just for San Diego Comic-Con. It's a figure you already have, but here's a special edition for just showing up. And that's what people, I think, lose sight on when it comes to Mezco.
I think they lose that with all companies.
Do they bitch about this in the NECA group, or?
No, everybody complains about this. It's people, no offense to collectors, you're very bipolar. You are. Like, you want exclusives and you only want it to be done at the convention. But then you complain about it if you don't get the opportunity because you can't go to the convention. It's a bunch of people that go to the conventions like all the time, so they have access to do it, right?
So they can flip.
Whatever they do with it, I don't care. I'm just saying, like, it's really hypocritical for somebody to say, yeah, you know what, they should only be exclusives at the convention. Why? So you're the only person that has the availability for it? And like you just said, what are you doing with it? Why not give everyone a chance to do it? And this is the ironic part about it. I saw 2 videos, not Mezco collectors, but I saw 2 videos of guys saying, I can't go to San Diego this year. I'm going to have to get it online. Well, that's right. Come on over to the regular side where everybody else has to buy for it and fight for it online. You need to be humbled like that for a little bit. There's nothing wrong with giving people an opportunity to be able to get this stuff online or at the thing. It's got to be a difficult balancing act for companies too, because what do? Do you make it only exclusive and then piss off your fan base because it's only exclusive and you know that the people that are in line are going to do that? They're going to sell it, a majority of them.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with offering it online and at the convention so everybody at least has a fair shot to get it, right? And then the second thing is that why is there a problem if it's a variant? It's not taking up a character slot. It was already pre-planned.
Remember when was it Asia whatever? What was it? I mean, like Red Krieg and the white Shadow Assassin Gomez, like everybody was bitching that they couldn't get those.
Yeah.
And those were variants, like there's a variant of the Shadow Assassin Gomez, the black one.
That's my point. If you want it to be an exclusive and you don't want anybody else to have it, then stick to that. But you can't do that. And then 2 weeks later, I see you get online saying this is bullshit. I missed out on the offering. I was at work and I missed out on it. This is what you wanted. You wanted exclusivity. You wanted limited runs. You wanted to have something that nobody else had, and that's cool. But don't play later on and go, oh, this is bullshit. It's what you wanted. It's very bipolar. And I know it's because I see everybody and what they do in the groups and all this other dumb shit and everything. But it's like I can't take some of these guys seriously when they say stuff like that. Or if they say that they want exclusives and they buy 6 of them.
Well, we know why.
Some of them are the hookup friends, but some of them, come on, let's be honest, man. It's so what's the problem with the compromise with the company? You don't want to piss off your fan base. I think sometimes that's part of the pricing too. It's like, do we elevate this up a little bit so it doesn't sting everybody, but it kind of like deters people from buying multiples? You know, I don't see anything wrong with having a variant. I think it's good because you had enough time today to get this. And then if you're really hardcore, you'll be asking somebody to help you get it at the thing if you missed out today. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Well, at the end of the day, what people need to realize is that by companies being able to do this, it helps keep other costs down. If we got to reinvent the wheel every time we put a figure out, there's probably a pretty good reason why Mezco really hasn't raised prices percentage-wise very much, overall. I mean, to go from $90, I mean, how long ago was that price point? 8 years ago? $90? So to go from,
I mean, shit, didn't we get Robin for like $90, 95, whatever he was?
Yeah, I mean, we still got, some of those ones on the third quarter thing are still $95. So to go from $95 to $120, I mean, you're still talking about, a 25% increase or whatever, which is less than, I showed you guys a picture of those vintage collection figures.
Yeah.
They've gone up 60%. Like it's freaking ridiculous that, what that stuff has gone up to. So Mezco hasn't gone up nearly as much as one would think.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's not forget, when you compare it to some other companies, you look at some of these third-party releases that are making figures without licenses, and most of them are between $150 to $200 for an unlicensed figure. But we're freaking out over Mezco at $120. I see people paying big bucks for that National Defender figure or whatever. Yeah. Big bucks for this thing. It's an unlicensed release. Nobody had to pay for that license. But for some reason, those folks don't get called greedy.
Well, that's another thing too. Like that, it's really bipolar. Is people, and I'm not just saying this about Mezco. I'm just saying you can apply any of this logic to any company, Hasbro, Legions, all of them. Like you'll see people in the group say the company will put out the product and that's the price point. Oh, that's too much money. But then you'll see people when it comes out. Same cycle repeats. Oh, it comes out. Oh, that looks way better than that. Man, I got to get it. And you'll pay double for it.
Yeah.
But you're not using that same amount of energy on the people that like are selling it. I get it. There's no price bashing in groups and stuff like that, or at least in the Mezco group. But it's like, I don't understand that. People get on a soapbox and say, man, forget Mezco. I'm not going to support them or anything like that. Why isn't that logic applied to people that are charging double the price that you didn't like initially?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I get it. If you want to take a stand on something, take a stand on it. I don't like Mezco, but I don't like their pricing. Okay, take a stand and say, you know what? I'm not going to buy it or I'm going to get it. The 10,000 different ways you can do it. Like you said earlier in the group, be patient. Wait for a sale from somebody. Like right now, people are selling at retail, some are below.
Yeah.
Look for sales or something like that. There's other ways to get it. You're just being patient, and you're gonna pay the long game on it. MC, how long did it take you to get? God, what was that figure? It was like years. Burner. How long did it take you to get Burner?
Yeah, it took me a while to get Burner, and I got a great deal on it. CC with Lone Roach too.
Yeah, I got Lone Roach.
But how long? How
I saved
long?
myself a few $100s by waiting a couple years.
2.5 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe you tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna play the long game. I'll wait till somebody's like really gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're gonna like stand on something and say, "Yo, this is bullshit. I don't like Mezco's practices and stuff like that," then stand on it all the way through. It just doesn't make sense. People like talk out of both sides of their mouth with this stuff. And I just look at it and I go, what are you talking about? Making it like way worse on yourself too. Like network. Get in the groups, find some people. There's people going to the con, and I bet if people had built up a relationship with those individuals over time, and somebody said, "Yo, man, I'm not gonna be able to make it to con. You think you can help me out? I got you, bro. I got you." You know, there's ways to figure out how to make collecting better for everybody involved. What is? Oh, this is one. Oh, I gotta, and I starred this. I was JB. I wasn't speaking to you specifically. I was just saying in general. You know, I'm not saying, "Oh, JB, stop bitching." I just see it in the community a lot. Well, he had a comment. He was like, "No, I'm saying, oh, see, like I'm not complaining. He looks fantastic." Yeah, it's not directed at you. It's a shot at. The funny thing is, it doesn't reach the people it's supposed to.
Well, they're silent lurkers. They know.
Yeah. I think that this is the price point. It has been going up. I do see people talking about that, and I do agree that there are people in this hobby where, because of the shipping costs, not related to Mezco, and the price point for these items is going up, and it is starting to probably push some people out, unfortunately. But I've also seen people look at that, like we've been talking about tonight, and say, you know what? I'm gonna make better purchasing decisions. There might be a character that, like a variant that came up, and I'm just not interested, and I'm gonna pass on this. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we talk about this before? I think people need to make it a little bit more socially acceptable to say, you know what, I can't afford this. I can't do it.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay to say out loud. I think everybody got bashed for it so much. Yeah, you what are they, the poors, all that dumb shit that people do. You know, that community bashing.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to say I can't afford this. You know, I can't afford this right now. I got medical bills.
It's called fiscal responsibility.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
And that's another thing too. Like this was up for a majority of the day. They gave people the if you wanted this, I think you had enough time to get it. And so that's another thing too with the exclusivity. What's the first thing that people say when something sells out in 10 minutes? Well, that's bullshit. Companies are trying to give people more time to be able to get this stuff. That doesn't get recognized. It's always the other stuff. So it's like, I think this is a good choice. It's like, hey, if you're a complete or hardcore person, or you love this version, I think Todd was telling me, like, he picked it up, right, Todd? Yeah, for online, pay so much more on the second hand. Yeah, but I think if you're complete or a hardcore DC or this character, you're gonna get it. And if not, it's a variant, it's a repaint, and you can pass on it. What's the big deal?
Trade bait.
That's another thing too. But this oh yeah, I did put the slide in here. This pretty much was the only thing that I saw. I don't have this in hand visually. The only thing I saw, I've had the other one in hand, the blue version. But the thing that I saw, the only difference I really saw with this, obviously, was the deco chains. You know, red. You know, all the heads to me, they look the same. Again, not in hand. And then this, with the blue version, you got the 2 sticks and you got the connector. And then with the red version, you got 2 sticks, 4 sticks, and then you got a connector, 2 connectors. Same thing, everything else looks pretty much the same. Lightning, holster, grapples, handset, all that stuff looked like it was the same. What's the same? Head sculpts, that. So, yeah.
Lots of hands.
Yeah. Pretty good for, people that said that they weren't going to be expanding on this, like, right? Giving us any kind of different versions of Robin or any kind of complementary characters, right? So. I enjoyed the Yeah. Yeah, JB, sorry, man. Wasn't trying to, make it seem like that. Not to mention the inevitable Red Hood drops that this Nightwing will pair perfectly with. That would be cool.
Who?
Red Hood.
Oh shit!
That would be cool.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't read a Batman comic in a while.
I'm personally glad that they launched this, or it saves me the trouble when everyone else launches the other same time with the con.
You know what would be another good one is the Tim Drake Robin. Not Red Robin, but where he had like when he debuted. I like that costume a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Tim's probably my favorite Robin.
I think that it's cool they went to this New 52 direction,
Yeah, someone was mentioning in the comments too about how the costumes, from the New 52, the Bat or Superman, where he got rid of the red trunks and he had the neck on it and the hands that came down. I like the New 52 costumes.
Yeah.
Or we get Azrael. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
They could crush it with Azrael. Or Nightfall version of him with the bat suit. Man, there's a lot of good stuff they could do.
That's the kind of stuff I see when I see this. I don't sit there and go, this is a repaint variant, something like that. I looked at this when they labeled this the New 52. I go, where can they go with this? Mm-hmm. Just like Star said, you got. I know CC appreciates Golden Age and everything else like that, but this is them kind of branching off into another whatever you want to call it, multiverse or something like that. So you can get some of these other characters like Cyborg, Starfire.
Cyborg would be great. Yeah, could you imagine if they did Teen Titans?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that when they show stuff like that, that's what I look at. I go, where are they going to go with this?
Raven would be awesome. That'd be a great character for them to do.
Yeah, because you can only do some of these characters so many times before it's okay, it's another Batman. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to get character fatigue.
Right.
And so this is a nice little switch up. And CC made a great point too about things just being different or not as economical. I think a lot of people think that there has to be new sculpts, brand new tooling on every single offering. And if you think the pricing is bad right now, can you imagine if you had to pay for brand new tooling and materials on every single figure? I don't think that's not talked about enough. I would think that some of the guys that are maybe doing indie production, or I don't watch a lot of Valaverse, but I've heard he's very good at explaining the business and the just the design and development difficulties or challenges that he runs into. And so I don't know if he's mentioned this, but I'm pretty sure he has. You can't have unique sculpts on every single figure. Everything can't be new. There is going to be reuse. That's what's bringing the cost down. Can you imagine if you did have original sculpting on every single figure, how much you would have to pay for it?
Yeah.
Variants are okay. Reuse is okay. Maybe we should say that more. It's okay. It saves you money if you don't want it.
Yeah.
I like this. I like the color. I like, even if all the accessories and everything are the same or whatever, I don't care. I don't have a Nightwing. I put that for you, MC. I put that picture of that superpowers Nightwing in there, and I go,
Yes.
oh, hey.
I'd be okay with that. Like, if they
Yeah.
got big lapels and
Yeah. Mezco, please make Martian Manhunter.
oof, that'd be a great one.
We need a Poison Ivy. Yeah. On the semi-seamless body.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see when I see stuff like this. I go, okay, this is cool, because they're committing to this. It's not like leaving it ambiguous like Joe's or anything, or Dick Tracy. Obviously, it's a big license. It seems like they're going a little bit of a different direction to offer you more characters. I don't know. I like this thing.
Give us a Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CC's all in.
Yeah. CC asked that one time, like, I think he stumped me one time. Like, we were talking about figures, and what if it was a figure that I just wasn't really interested in? And would I get it? I was like, yeah. So I don't know. What are some other things that we saw about this? Did you guys stay away from the internet? Were you guys smart? Just like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I know enough now on certain days to avoid the internet because I get mad and I want to type something out, but then cooler heads prevail.
I was busy off Ironheart today to be too caught up on the internet.
Yeah.
I wanted to get that finished before it gets spoiled for me.
I'm gonna jump on that. I gotta do some painting tonight.
Anybody that's interested, you better either stay offline or get it done because there's spoilers everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch episode 3 and maybe 4.
Somebody's going to ruin it for you. I'm glad I got to experience it. There's nothing like when you get to experience a series and actually get that surprise, without somebody spoiling it for you.
The big payoff.
Yeah,
like
man.
leaks.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
It's nice to be surprised. About.
I don't like to be surprised when it costs me money.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like those surprises. That's like car repairs. I don't need those surprises.
Yeah, surprise.
Right.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't tell me there was more sticks with this one. I might have got it today.
Yeah,
Kevin's got one set aside. Just jump on that wait list.
Yeah, I can jump on the wait list.
Yeah.
And he'll make sure you get converted right away.
Yeah.
It's already
maybe you'll know somebody at the con that can help you out.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide. I think this will be cool because it'll be at the convention. I'm really looking forward to seeing if there's a difference between this one and the blue one in terms of mobility.
Get some squishy Dick Graysons.
No, I'm not touching any squishy dicks. I do want to see how this goes. Yeah, no.
Famous cakes.
Yeah, no. That is something. Like, there's sometimes I think that would be cool if they added a seamless part for the males, to make them a little bit more proportion. Yeah. Oh man, Paige talking about dudes' asses.
No, but everybody knows it. That's all they talk about in the comics is Grayson's cake.
Yeah.
So give him a squishy cake, Mezco. Make for the ladies.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Seeing what it.
Look at all those dickheads.
With what? The
all
hands?
Those dickheads.
Yeah.
I think the head sculpts are great. Different.
I want to see how they did this. I saw some people talking about the teeth. Yeah, it'll be interesting to get this a little bit, closer in hand. I don't know. It looks cool. What is it? Hey fellas. Hey Rock, how you doing, man? No, you're not late. You're here. That's all that matters, man. What is it? Still working? Yeah, Black Widow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't want to release it because of the movie, they could have made the comic book. Yeah, I agree.
That should be a great figure to make too. Even because was it Hasbro that made one not that long ago that was really good,
Yeah.
like a deluxe Black Widow.
I'm glad they held off because I don't know if it would have been as well received if it was on the older female body, especially if you had a character that's supposed to be agile, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So would you been okay if Black Widow was on Sue Storm's body? I'd much rather have it on Tangerine or Ghost Spider.
Yeah.
So, sometimes those things work out, but was it when are we when is this supposed to get released again? If you were talking about this Nightwing right now, the red one, this is the MezcoCon / San Diego Comic Con exclusive that not confirmed should be available at San Diego, and then this will ship after the convention. If you're talking about the blue one, this one got pushed back. And I think it was August, September is the new date, I think.
That is correct, sir.
Thank you, sir. And I do remember CC about the Nightwing price point. Yes. August, September got pushed back.
150 free shipping.
150. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. That's all I had. What is it? We need male tangerine engineering. Yeah, that would be cool. Huh? Can't wait to see Mezco's SDCC supply. Yeah, I am too. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they got. 1975 Vapor. Ooh,
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah. But if it was a 75 Vapor, would you be like, oh, another Vapor?
Yeah, it would be nice to get another Hood's character besides Vapor, but
Yeah. I'm not ashamed to say I couldn't afford this one. I really wanted it, but it was either Gomez 75 or Nightwing, and I'm holding onto my Hulk and Rumbler money. Yeah, man. To me, it sounds like you were looking forward in the future and say, hey, what can I get? What do I want? More fiscally responsible. Yes. Storm on Tangerine Body calling it now. That would be awesome. Yeah. I know, CC, you said you did not jump in on this, right?
Correct.
And
I
MC,
stayed strong.
you did stay strong, even with peer pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been tough.
Yeah.
I ordered two, so I got CC covered when he has FOMO.
Yeah.
He'll fold.
Yep, I got him.
When we get to San Diego, I'll do some stuff with it. Be like, hey, check this out. Damn it.
Yeah.
120 for me on Mezco, 27 for shipping. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did I did a little something this time when I was checking out. I did a single order. I didn't buy single double, but I was just checking out the price points and stuff to kind of see. And I mean, even though they pack both of them at the same time and the shipping goes up, it's like we talked about last week. It's not double. Do you know what I mean? The price of shipping. Like if it was 27, it's not 27 plus 27. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was looking at that. I mean, but shipping just across the board it's expensive anywhere. How about the release dates for Art the Clown and Classic Captain America? Those are still on track. And I'm going to post this as soon as I make the correction to it. Cap is still May, July. Who else did he ask for? it was who? Art the Clown. That one got pushed back a while ago, but that's July, September right now. So those are the dates for that right now. 75 Vapor with a hair pick. I would love that. Do you guys go through what? Don't you guys go through that they should have and had an exclusive accessory? Have had exclusive accessories to this figure. Yeah, I agree with that.
Nah, put a pin in there.
Oh, like a those pin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Even though it's just the sticks, you get like 2 extra sticks. Again, this is just on looking at it on the computer. You know what I mean? You don't have it in hand and everything. But yeah, I get what he's saying. Something that kind of rewards you for getting the exclusive. Something that's not in the other release.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's compatible with the other release. Yeah, I get it. I agree with that. It would have been cool. What could they have added? Nightwing doesn't have much. I've been reading that New 52 run. Have you guys seen it? The red one?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good, man. So, who's excited for SDCC? Everybody excited? Everybody excited?
I am. I'm looking forward to all the reveals and everything. Should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the reveal. We said that earlier, that it's one of my favorite parts is the reveals, and then some guy that posts pictures, going through the booth and stuff like that. And
Well, there'll be a lot of those guys. Lots of pictures, man. Lots of pictures. Oh, here's a question for you. Me said, let's say you did have like these variants or exclusives and stuff like that. What do you think that you think it should be just something to add to it? Would it be a head, a weapon, or something like that? What do you think?
I don't know what you could add to them. Like,
What about you, CC? Do you have any plan?
Well, I mean, I don't. I'm glad they didn't add too much because then I got forced into buying them. You know what I mean? When they start straying too far, then now it's not a variant anymore. Now it's a new release.
Yeah.
So I like it when they do it this way. Personally,
I do too, man.
I like it.
Do they have any plans on doing any new Conan figures? Not too sure. I think the last MCU at MegaCon, and that the Conan that they put up, that pit version, he was up. That was an updated one, a little bit of an updated one. San Diego is always a big show, so maybe we'll see whatever, wherever they're trying to go with whatever line. I think we'd probably do I think I want to do like a show or a group kind of poll or something. I used to do it, but I think I skipped it last year. But you know how you're talking about like communication with them, just grabbing maybe a couple of like random questions, and if it comes up in conversation, there asking them, I think I'm sorry.
Wear a wire.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not trying to break any kind of trust or relationship with them, bro. Like, no.
What's that?
Yeah, you didn't. No, nope. I think probably the biggest question is like, are they still going to do G.I. Joe, Dick Tracy? What's some other stuff? What's some other questions?
Some more Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, are they going to be expanding on that?
When is Star Wars coming?
No, they won't. Yeah, I know somebody asked about that Doc Nocturnal 5 Points playset. I've seen that a couple of times. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
When's Doomsday coming?
Doomsday, yeah. I'm looking forward to see what they show, man. That show is usually pretty big.
Mhm.
So I look forward to Beast Kingdom. Yeah, I want to check out a bunch of the other booths. I'm just trying to go through the chat and then we'll end it. Maybe a few exclusive head sculpts. Yeah, that makes sense. It's something that just it makes it a little bit different than the regular release and kind of rewards the, you know. I like that kind of stuff. I think that's cool. Or maybe comes in the tin. Yeah. Head sculpts with windswept. Yeah, that would have been good. They need to try what? They need to reveal more pictures of the new Mezco Hulk that got teased a few months ago. Totally agree. Hopefully they do.
Mhm.
Delicate thing, right? What if you show something that's not ready? We've already seen what happened with Shredder. I think they're just trying to pick their spot with that. They're trying to show the best version possible of whatever the figure is. That's a pretty big release too, Hulk. I think that's one of those like offerings you really want to try like nail down. You don't want to like half-ass show that and have people pick that apart, especially with all the different versions that we have out there. I don't know.
Mhm.
That would be great. Still hoping for a fresh interview with Mez. Would love to hear some of the tea on the new bodies and the hybrid designs. Yeah, it'd be cool to pick his brain on some of that stuff. The original Nightwing I ordered hasn't even shipped yet, but I may pick this one up this year later. Oh, can we talk about that really quick?
What's that?
I saw a bunch of people talking about that. Like they put this up and it'll be ready before the blue one. Does that bother you guys?
No. I never care about release dates. It'll get here when it gets here. I got enough shit to open.
Oh, cool, man. Thank you. I'll try to step it up this year, make it a little bit more, a little bit better. CC, what about you? Does it bother you that the blue one's not coming out first?
No.
Cece's gonna get a red one from me anyway, so he ain't worried.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't understand why that would really make any difference as far as the order in which they released, just because it was a pre-order. A
Yeah.
con exclusive is a con exclusive. I don't even put that like in the same thing. You know what I mean?
Totally different. Apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to provide like a reasonable explanation. It's like I think it went to the extreme. Somebody was like, "Yeah, this other figure hasn't even come out yet. They should put that one out first." I was like, "So what do you do? Do you just say since Nightwing hasn't come out, everything else stops until that figure comes out?
Right.
And you bottleneck the rest of the releases until Nightwing comes out?"
Right.
I go, "That doesn't even make sense." And I was like, "We'll dial it in a little bit and give this person a little bit of credit." I was like, he's just saying maybe it's character specific. You know, maybe he's saying the blue one should come out before the red one because they put that one up. Even though that doesn't make sense to me, maybe that's what that person's thinking. It's like, so but you're still delaying it. And then that was a regular release, right?
Mhm.
And if this is an exclusive, it probably had a lower production run.
Right.
Which means it would have been faster and easier to make this, especially not even talking about the shipping, you know? And I'm pretty sure that this was probably pre-planned. So you had your regular release, and even though they don't spill the tea on everything, how do you know that this red one wasn't in production before the blue one? Because it was going to be an exclusive and it had to be ready for the show.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe that's too much logic.
Hmm.
Like I said, I don't think a lot of people think about this stuff. I think that they think a lot of companies are just like, yeah, let's figure out how to way to screw with our customer base today. There's reasons for stuff. I'd argue Hulk is the thing. Yeah, it doesn't bother me that this red one came out beforehand. Plus, we'll get a preview of what that blue one. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everybody was talking about the material that they use for that Nightwing. Now you're gonna have in-hand experience from multiple people who will be able to get it, and you'll be able to, hear different people's thoughts about it. There's nothing wrong with it. CC, you tired? 2:34.
1 hour. 1 hour.
We only have 4 more hours to go on this stream. Just kidding. That's it. That's all I have.
Everybody get up, take a bathroom break. We'll be right back.
No way. I'm new to collecting Mezco figures. Welcome, sir. I used to collect Sideshow, and I got out of the hobby. I'm into collecting entire sets. And Mezco commit to complete collections. Yeah, that is one thing that a lot of people. It's like a collector concern that Mezco. They don't complete teams, but people say that about Marvel Legends too. So, you know. That one, I'm hoping that they finish that Hazard Squad team. That would be cool. I went to Mezco Hot Toys and I still collect Mezco. Yeah. It's fun for all. That's it. You guys, anybody have anything? No? What did we learn?
Quit bitching.
Paige said that the Rumbler was going to be $450.
Wow.
That's what I took from tonight's episode.
Wow.
Yep.
With free shipping.
Classic Paige.
Do we want to be bold and do predictions like prices? You guys want to?
Yes.
All right, CC, what do you got? What are you calling it? What do you? What did I say? We have to reframe the question.
$400
is what I'm feel it would be.
$400 is what I'm predicting.
$400 is what you say.
$400.
Closest to the actual retail price. Without, are we doing price to right rules?
Yeah, nobody can do dollar. You have to have a number.
401.
Yeah, I do that.
Are you committing to that?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'll go 375.
You're gonna say 375?
Mm-hmm.
I like how he cushioned in there. Good night, everyone. Thank you. What is it? Have a great night. Be safe. Yep. Have a great holiday weekend.
Hey, we got to make sure we come back with all 10 of these. We got Mezco's inbound.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah, don't hold that.
JPP.
Yeah, what's the one that the M4 or something, M40 something or like that? That firework that I don't know. Whatever.
The JPP.
All right, 400 for CC. MC says 375.
Paige.
You know what we should do also? We should do like a wish price. I know CC said that earlier. Let's do both.
Okay.
CC, what's your wish price? What's your actual price is 400. What's your wish price? 300. The brave 300. MC, you said 375. What's your wish price? M80. Somebody's held it before in there. Just kidding.
Wish price
375. Wish price. I want to hear what Chewy's or everybody's, but
275.
That's the same number.
It's 100 less.
275.
Oh, 275. I was like, okay.
$1. That's what I wish.
You jerk. The actual retail price is. All right, I'm gonna go with my actual price. My actual price for this, I think. Damn, MC, you boxed me into this one.
385. He's gonna go right in the middle.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Figure and vehicle, I'm gonna go with 325.
Everybody, grab that.
That is not
from Paige.
That's
not an official statement.
No, it's not. No. I without any knowledge of this, I think that they are gonna go for 325.
Nice.
My wish price. Hopefully I can get people on my bandwagon for this one. My wish price with this. Man, MC, you got that one already too. You bastard.
Sorry.
I'm only saying my wish price because
Do you want me to change my wish price so you can have it and I'll pick a different number?
no, being right isn't that important. I'm gonna go my wish price $265. I dollared you.
That would be such a steal.
Yeah, that would be
Such a
amazing.
steal.
Paige, I hope you're right.
Yeah, I hope I am too. I think CC took the highest price. So yeah,
That means if we're right, Cece's getting it.
Here's the thing, man. Like, let's be honest. Like, part of me is hoping that this thing's 550.
why?
Because
So
he
I can
doesn't
just say
want
no.
Oh,
Because he doesn't want to make
decision. Hey, 550. That's too much. I'm tapping out 550.
well, here's the thing.
I like it when they make decisions for me.
Well, here's the thing. It can be over 500 if Gridiron does add-ons.
Man, real quick. Yeah.
I wonder if you would do that. Is there well, I wonder how that works because it's their IP. I mean, would it be a courtesy to go over and like say, "Hey,
It'd be this is the bumper for the not the rumbler."
Yeah.
I
You don't know how you work around that. The
pull
bumper. It's a
pull a-
bumbler bumper.
pull an ace.
yeah, I'd love to see those big like fat spiked tires on that thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting to see, you know. Anyway, all right, we got our prices, everything else. Anybody have any questions? Anything? Nothing.
Oh, everybody say good night.
That's it. All right, good night. Yep. Are we doing sign-offs?
Remember to help control the pet population. Please have your pet spayed or neutered.
Come on, MC, you got it. Come on.
Quit bitching.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta get a shirt. We gotta get a shirt, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for everyone that joined in. Appreciate you listening to rant and rave. Not provide any
Credible information.
oh no, the information's credible. But taking some of this, yeah, just knowing that we're talking about situations, trying to make communication community better. That's all we're trying to do. Just have good, positive discussions. But thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. If you popped in, popped out, watched live. If you watched the replay, appreciate you. Thank everybody. Last time we had some great guests on, and we had a great show last time. It did really well. So thank you guys for supporting it. And we had some good numbers tonight. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Oh, what is it? Today is the 2nd, right?
Yes.
So we have 3 more weeks till San Diego. So we're going to start ramping some stuff up. And I want to try to do some San Diego stuff with the show to kind of give back. Okay, so I'll get with these guys. We'll work out some stuff, try to figure some stuff out. But this is the road to SDCC. So let's try to make some of that special for all the support that people gave us. So I appreciate it. We'll talk about that in some other episodes.
Spoiler alert, Cece's going to send you a bearskin rug photo of him laid out on it, just his banana hammock.
I paid $50 for that.
Or you could send me $5 to not send you the picture.
There you go.
No way. I would gladly pay.